Here it is. If you haven't heard it before, the theme song, guys.
Good evening. All right. What year is it? Oh, good. 2000. Phantom Menace on VHS. Jar Jar Binks, y'all.
Jar Jar Binks, y'all.
Jar Jar Binks, y'all.
Phone simulation. 2000. Hit, hit, hit. Sing it with me. Let me hear you. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. 2000. All right, all right. Not bad. Give it up for your host, Mark Hornback, the well-hung daddy. All right. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2008. I'm gonna see you at fun. What? Wash your jeans, bring your notebook, bring your jokes. We got a microphone at the phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Is this thing off? Oh, you're laughing at me. Still count. Simulation, yeah. Simulation 2000. I can't hear you. I can't hear you in the back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Fun Simulation 2000 6-year anniversary edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're doing it. This is a special night, guys. We got some special guests here. Some blasts from the past. I went to Grid View real quick so you could see all the fun people that are here to celebrate with us. Is Pat frozen? No, Pat is just looking like that. I was just saying hi to Pat Griffin. I thought that was a stopped screen. This is gonna be a fun night, guys. We're gonna talk to some previous hosts. We're gonna tell some stories about reads. Then we'll start a regular open mic list for comedians. Will try to do comedy on Zoom, which is how most comedy is done now, unfortunately. You could see yeah, I said it earlier, anyone with Zoom can do this. You could start your own mic. It's pretty easy. It's actually probably, yeah, I don't know. It's good, guys. I think there's some shows starting, and that's fine. For the most part, I think Zoom's going to be doing this for a little bit. You can see the effect that the virus has had on me, the outbreak by I'm wearing tie-dye shirts now. I used to be a fashion icon of bright button-up shirts, and my button-up shirts have gone out the window. Threw them all out. I'm dyeing my own shirts and cutting my hair into a mullet now. That's what I'm doing.
Are those symptoms?
These are new symptoms. I'm telling Fauci tomorrow. I'm telling Fauci tomorrow.
You're sweating tie-dye. I don't think that's healthy.
Yeah.
That was a plain white t-shirt yesterday, Mark. What's going on with
It
your
was
body?
not dye. I've just been eating healthily, very healthily. The black salsa from what is it? El Tropati. I can't remember the place. Yes, the black salsa. This is all black salsa. That's all it is. Doesn't wash out. It does not wash out.
He got into a real chip dip phase, and now he sweats different colors.
Yeah, it's coming out of the pores. This is Kevin Callum here. Say hi to Kevin Callum,
Hey
everybody.
guys, how are you? Hi everybody.
Been a fan of the mic and a fan of the room and a fan of Reeds, where we normally broadcast out of.
UKQX.
He's representing the radio station he works at, but he also always forgets to bring cash to the mic. Always forgets to bring cash.
This was discussion before we started. The old Reed's Mic, beautiful venue, one of the wonderful taverns. It still loves the idea. You got to come in with your money, and you come in with your money, you're gonna spend your money, right? I completely get that. But I would come every Sunday, and I would always forget after a week in open mic, and I just have my card with me, right? And I would be like, "Oh, the ATM doesn't work. I gotta go down to the other ATM. I'm gonna miss a spot. I don't hear someone yelling their dick jokes. Oh man, all right, here's $2, Melissa.
I did start like a secondary lending market to comics. It was pretty lucrative. It was like, here's $20. Buy me a beer and give me $20 next week. That was a pretty good gig I had going.
Mark Hornback's beer back program, beer and lending program. Yeah.
Beer for comics. Comics like beer. Speaking of reads, I'm going to introduce Melissa right now. Melissa, Ownership Crew. I don't know if you want to give any update on how it's going over there.
Well, first update is my fashion hasn't changed. I'm still as scuzzy as ever. Tank top, shorts. I did wash my hair though today.
Oh.
We're open. We're open for to-goes Thursdays through Sundays.
Yeah.
We have like those Capri Sun cocktails. Right now we have them in margarita. We have lemonade and we have the killer piñatas, and they're only $10, and it's like 3 shots of booze in each. So those have been, and you get a sticker of Polly with every single purchase.
Only 3 shots of booze. Nights where I had 2 killer piñatas during the Zoom mic, and I could not even click between wins.
But so we have that right now if anyone really misses reads and wants to come in and get a drink, and we also sell hams to go. But we do have the patio open. It's like 10 tables, and that's Thursday through Sunday, weather permitting, till 11 p.m.
Yeah, that's a new thing for. I don't know if how many people here that had frequented had seen it, but you set up like a nice little tiki room back there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty awesome. So yeah, if you're feeling safe, then everybody go check it out, or get to go beers. It's pretty fun to support a local bar to get cocktails. I think to go cocktails are kind of a new fun thing. I'm too lazy to mix cocktails, and I mixers don't last in my house. I just drink them for breakfast. I can't keep a mixer. I will drink it. I will drink whatever.
That is the most dysfunctional comedian thing I've ever heard. I just drink it for breakfast. We eat Slim Fast. We have this cocktail.
I told Mark before this, I'm gonna have to head off. If anyone wants to talk shit about me, I'm gonna come back and watch the live stream, so you will be on my shit list.
Do it in the comments. Talk shit in the comments.
Oh, I'll leave Zoom on. I'll just mute myself then. But I actually shockingly miss you guys, and I know that somebody made the comment earlier that like a bartender actually misses comedians. I'm like, I miss most of your faces, and I also like I don't get to yell at everybody on a Sunday. Like I haven't had to kick anybody out. Like, my arm muscles are getting weak, guys. But I genuinely do miss and love you all. So. But I'm gonna try to pop back on later if I can.
Awesome, good seeing you.
Great, love you guys.
Hey.
Bye.
Mel.
I think you just heard right there. Founder and former co-host for the first few years, reporting from his bunker in the suburbs. Please welcome Mike Coffey.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Great to see everybody. It's been such a long time. Oh man, I miss it too. I gotta say, even before the pandemic hit, it's been a while since I was able to hit up, be able to help you with this mic, Mark, and do any mics. I do miss it, just being out in the burbs and just being a lot harder and life just happening and moving along. But I mean, I was very gracious that you let me help you out for the first, what was that, probably like 3 years or so. We started off on this. It was quite a ride.
I like to tell people that you graduated. Mike graduated from the simulation. He got out. He's a person now. He's a real human being.
I was gonna say, not sure
he became a functioning member of society.
Oh yeah,
he's completely rehabilitated after comedy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to tell all his friends to go to his shows now.
But apparently he wears a headband like he's a drummer in an 80s band.
Yeah, I found this is one of the secrets I discovered during the pandemic, is this hides my receding hairline very well. I kind of, I'm embracing them. I'm embracing them.
Loverboy cosplay. That's what that is.
Good job. Hey, Mike, do people still ask you when your next show is? Does that?
I've had a handful of people. You know, I've switched jobs since we ran the mic together. So no one at my current job, they don't know about this past of mine. It's a secret past to them. But I did have friends reach out and like say like, "Hey, you still doing anything nowadays with comedy and stuff?" I actually went to my last high school reunion, and somebody said they're like, I'm surprised you're not on TV by now. I'm like, I'm surprised you're saying that because like,
I don't think you understand how this works.
I'm like, I'm not sure you really fully grasp the whole like, realm of this, but yeah. Appreciate the
Mike, can I ask this question?
Wanted by the police on Channel 7, Mike Coffey.
We have just found footage of him performing at Reed's Local in 2013. The stock footage.
Might be wearing a bandana these days.
Right.
He is accused of robbing 3 banks, but he has great material about his relationship with his parents.
Oh man, who else do we got here? I'm gonna introduce also somebody that has moved out of Chicago that was a co-host and co-worker of mine for a period of time. Dan Weber.
I don't want to talk about that fucking place, dude.
We're not going to talk about that fucking place.
I can't believe we got paid to do that shit. I got paid to find high school basketball stats. That's what I got paid to do for like 4 months or some shit.
Did you get paid to be
and
a
we
creep?
worked with the craziest motherfucker I've ever met in my entire life. One of the craziest people. I don't remember his name. I've kind of blocked it out of my mind, but
started with an A.
It started with an A, and he was trying to formulate a coworker uprising. Like he wanted to start, but we were temps, so I don't know what he was trying to do.
He tried to walk the CEO to an ATM to pay everybody one day. Go get money. Go get money now.
Dude, this guy rocks.
He had a lot of.
He was a lunatic for sure. Yeah.
AGT Wentworth. I want my money now.
I know. He stole a laptop because he was unhappy with the pay, and then he left like a velvet like tracksuit in the closet, and the owner of the company was like, you know what, that's an even trade, I'm keeping the tracksuit.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that was a weird job. I mean, we got paid way more than we should have, I think, for just gathering numbers. It was pretty, I mean, we got paid a stupid amount of money for that. It wasn't bad, but anyway.
I've changed jobs maybe
twice, right?
Once, twice, and then this week 3 times since.
Oh, right, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, so and that was only like that was only 2.5 years ago, so I'm doing great.
He's heating up.
I am heating up, guys. This is gonna be the one. This is gonna be it. Then
The one you're going to retire at?
maybe, I don't know. It could be. It's I don't know. I didn't really announce to anyone yet, but if you're watching the stream, yeah, I took a job at the big tech company that's based out of Seattle with the really rich guy that runs it that everybody hates.
It's the Rainforest Cafe.
It's the rainforest. It's Barnes and Nobles, guys. No, yeah, I took
a job at a produce stalker at New Seasons, not New Seasons, Whole Foods. That's owned by Amazon?
They are also owned by Amazon. Yes, it could be a giant scam to get me to work at Whole Foods. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. They want me to relocate. That's dependent on COVID, so I'm not announcing my departure of Chicago because anything can happen, and that's months out when they would want me to. Anything can change, and you know what? I change jobs so frequently. Maybe I won't be there by the time they want me to move to Seattle. Not a going away or an announcement of any sort.
Would you be moving to Seattle?
I would if COVID got cured tomorrow, I'd be in Seattle by January. So.
Oh God, sorry.
I'm betting on COVID at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how to say this. I'm betting COVID's going to be here for a couple of years, at least until some stocks fest. Who else do we got here? Who else is on here? Oh my God! Speaking of people leaving Chicago, another fixture of the mic, the Reverend Ron Irvin.
Oh my goodness! Thank you, brethren. Thank you for coming to the service today. How are we doing?
Praise the Lord, Ron.
Praise the Lord. Hope we're all doing well on this blessed Sunday, the Lord's Day. I hope we're all keeping the Sabbath holy. So I don't think we can't. I'm trying to think of crazy shit that happened at Reed's when I was there, and I still think my favorite is when we saw the mic had just ended, handful of us step outside to smoke or do whatever, and we all collectively watched a car spin out of control and crash into a furniture store.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then the two people who were in the car got out and bolted on foot.
Oh.
That's pretty awesome. We saw the
Yeah.
whole thing unfold. The car swerved, almost hit a bus, and then jerked back, and then hit an upholstery store and a billboard. Shattered, went everywhere. I have pictures on my phone. I could throw them up on the background or share them if I take the time to look back like 4 years, but I probably won't until later. But yeah, they got out, and there was a case of beer in the backseat. It was like a case of Corona.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys take the beer?
It was like Corona Light. We were like, "Grr."
Just run over and take the beer and start stocking it in the fridge at Reed's. This is ours now.
$1 beers on
$1 car crash beers.
Yeah.
I also think I think the first time I met Hannibal in Chicago was at Reed's.
Yeah.
When I first moved there. He popped in for a hot second.
Hannibal Lecter out of prison.
Yeah.
Working the circuit.
Hannibal Lecter. A lot of murderers passing through Reed's. One of the other times that was awesome, I don't know if anyone remembers the garage fire, because to me that was awesome.
When was the garage fire?
It was when Honey Buttered Fried Chicken was still up. So people who have no idea what I'm talking about, there's a place from the 70s, like a time capsule across the street that said Honey Buttered Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
Or no, not Honey Buttered. It was, oh my God, what was it?
Was it the ham place?
Yeah, the fucking
Honey baked ham.
Honey baked ham.
Yeah.
And there was an Welcome to Avondale mural on the side of it with a dinosaur, and that still existed. And somebody like torched a garage behind it.
Oh, I remember
and
this.
it was so awesome.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I
To
remember
the point where the
this.
mic was about to start, and I went and I gathered every comic and said, "Garage fire, get out and look at this garage." I go,
and they were like, "Yeah, we know there's an open mic about to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you talking about?"
They're like, "We've already seen a car crash last week. What more can happen?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then they tore down Honey Baked Ham and put in like $400,000 condos, like 12 of them across the street. Pretty crazy.
Jesus Christ, Reed's just dodging bullets, car crashes, fires, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I thought I got violent when the one dude who did the theme song for the show got really mad when we watched the Bears blow a lead on a Packers game that was going on during the mic.
Yeah. That's always so right now we're starting at 8:00, and I looked at 8:00 was our original start time, and you forget when you're starting a mic that football season comes on, and there's Sunday night football games as well as Monday night. So we moved it back to like 9:30 or after the game, but there was a while where we didn't, and we were just starting the game, starting the open mic in a back room that's wide open and attached to a room that had like 12 people watching a football game that they've been watching for 4 hours, and maybe
it's open air, so like when somebody misses something, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, that joke was just shy of the turnstile.
No, the best part about Reed's is when you would be doing your set and nobody back there watching it would laugh, but you would hear a laugh far in the distance all the way to the front of the bar.
And you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if it was you or something.
Or yeah,
Right.
You just take those. You just take it. I remember I was sitting at the bar replenishing a beer when a comedian that's not here, so I won't say their name, was performing, and he was busting up a guy that's sitting at the bar laughing, and the guy was like, "This guy's really funny," and he looked at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, I know," and then he looked back at the back of the room and goes, "Oh, it's that guy. Fuck him. I've seen him before." Like, I'm over, but his previous
I
material.
already decided about that fucking asshole. I don't need to
guy.
listen to him.
I thought this was something somebody put on the jukebox.
Trick me by being funny now, getting better at an open mic. That's not allowed.
That's like hearing a song from a band you decided you don't like, right? But you
Yeah.
hear their new song, you're like, "Oh, this is pretty good," and then someone tells you like, "That's the Smashing Pumpkins." You're like, "Oh, fuck that!" You know, like it's like I didn't like them after that one one song.
That is me with New Pearl Jam right now. Where I'm like,
Come on,
I like the New Pearl Jam, but I'm just kind of
Gigaton, Mark. Gigaton.
like New Pearl Jam. All right. The one thing that I'll talk about music. The one thing that Kevin and Pratik like to talk about. I'm gonna pull up Pratik real quick.
Yeah, baby.
Pratik always goes into wrestling, and he knows I don't really like it. Oh, that's Katie Zing. We all moved at the same time. There's hi, Katie. Here's Pratik here.
Going on, everybody?
Pratik's been the virtual co-host since earlier on, and a brief stint as in-life co-host, and brief stint as co-worker, also with Crazy Guy.
I'm also repping the fast model shirts that you guys got.
Oh my god. Oh my
Day,
lord.
baby, win the fucking day. That, by the way, for those that don't know, that was the password of everything at this basketball startup.
Right. Win the day. That's right. Yeah.
They had like Papa Shot there too, and like real food there too. It was a cool spot. I mean, we were getting paid too much money to do nothing, which I love. I'm a big fan of getting paid to do absolutely nothing.
Welcome to the tech industry, guys. Welcome to tech.
Dude, Mark is a better Indian than me. He's better at tech. He knows more brown dudes. He's better at spicy food. This is great. I love it.
Yeah. I gotta up my style though. I gotta wear my work polo shirts. Would be the next Indian upgrade.
Dude, you're the Kevin Bacon of Indian men in the Illinois, Chicagoland area. You seem to know Mark Hornbeck, for those that don't know, he knows the Indian dude from Soundgarden was Kim Thale. He met Kim Thale's dad in chemistry class. What the fuck? That's fucking awesome.
I just want to point out that sounds like I'm really old. Like I wasn't in class with Kim Thale's dad.
With that. No, you weren't friends with him, but you just met him.
Yeah. Kim. So this is the funny. So I'll tell this story. This is like 1996. I'm in 8th grade chemistry class, and this guy comes in to talk about like the environment and ecology and recycling and all this stuff, and he's like a scientist, like a chemist at the EPA. And we're all just like, yeah, whatever. It's the 90s. We're in 8th grade. Like, you know, there's no phones, but we'll like shoot spitwads and Beavis and Butthead or whatever. Yeah. And then at the end of it, he's like, oh yeah, like, and like he was just like, oh, like we are just asking him like how he got in or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, like I think it was like because he was losing us. He was like losing us. He's like, well, you guys like good music and stuff, and like looked at people's shirt and was like, oh, like Pearl Jam and Nirvana and Soundgarden. He's like, my kid's in a band, and we're all like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Like, we don't care.
Dork. We're not going to listen to you.
And then he's like, yeah, well, have you ever heard of Soundgarden? And it's like 1996, so it's like Soundgarden. We're all just like, what the fuck? And we're like, oh, this is Mr. Thale. That's fucking Kim Thale's dad. And we're like, oh my lord.
Oh my god! You know what? Actually, we'll listen to your thoughts.
It's your nephew.
Tell
James
me about chemistry.
Hetfield. You know that new sound you've been looking for?
This guy might know his science. His kid knows fucking guitar.
It's Jerry Cobain.
Afterwards, I talked to him, and I was like, holy shit, dude! Like, you work at the same place as my dad. He worked at the EPA at the time my dad did too. So I was like, oh, you work at the EPA with my dad? And he's like, oh, what's your name? I told him, he's like, yeah, I know your dad. And I was like, oh, that's wild. So I'm excited for my dad to come home from work. And I'm like, hey, do you work with this guy, Mr. Thale? And my dad's like, yeah. And I'm like, you know his kid's in Soundgarden? My dad's like, Soundgarden? I didn't know that. Like, he worked with the guy, too, and didn't even know it. Like,
look,
your dad thought Soundgarden was like an audio visual store at the mall or something.
Like, he knew who Soundgarden was, but, like, Mr. Thale never said it at work. And then a couple weeks later, my dad came home from work with a Soundgarden T-shirt from Mr. Thale that was from Kim Thale. And then I wore that until it was like rattier than that. I still have it. It's literally in like 4 pieces because I wore it till I had to like staple it back together.
But that's not that guy. That's not a good indication of how good a parent that guy was. Like your son grew up to go into a metal band. Like that's never a good sign. You're never like, oh, the best dad ever. I had really great parents. They loved me very much, and then I started Slayer. Like that's not how that
works. It was a very bad outcome for an Indian son.
I get it.
We become.
It was either going to be him or the brown dude from Sum 41. That was one.
What was that movie about that Indian teenager in the UK who grew up a huge fan of Bruce Springsteen? And like his very traditional parents weren't a fan of that. Can I have that? But instead, he's just a huge fan of Cannibal Corpse because I would watch.
Oh yeah, dude.
I would watch that.
Yeah, man.
We need to just reboot that script, baby. Let's do
I got it.
That was the original script. The studio was like, no.
That's critiqued.
Gotta make it more relatable.
We gotta make it more. We gotta get the kids and moms and dads in there.
Yeah. That's critique with Limp Bizkit, though. That's really all it is.
That's my life story, baby. They also there was a movie that came out literally a few months before Blinding by Light called Yesterday, which is about another Indian kid who goes into an alternative universe where the Beatles don't exist. So Big ups to UK cinema. They're actually doing right by Indians for once.
No, they're finding out a way to pimp out licensed music. And
No, it's like dad rock is now a genre of film. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what makes you feel good? This. And let's put young people in it.
Yeah.
You know? That's what
young ethnic people.
But then there's shit like in that Yesterday movie where it's like, oh, the Beatles never existed, but then like Coldplay still existed. And I'm like, regardless of what your opinion, like, don't like Coldplay wouldn't exist. Like, this wouldn't exist how it exists now without that. It was so stupid. I don't, yeah.
Do you mean to tell me the logic in a movie is flawed? That's
Yeah.
weird. I can't believe it.
Well, this feels like a good actual before the mic banter, which I haven't had on Zoom, and I gotta be honest.
Yeah. We'll occasionally have some good banter. We'll do
it. This really feels like it. I don't know if anyone wants to share any more stories before we start out.
I was thinking about, does anybody remember the time that kid came in who was underage and tried to buy beer, and we didn't know he was underage, but then he had like a Teen Life 2017 armband on, like he was showing it off to us, and then he went out and tried to buy beer and like got chased out. Somebody tried to run out, and then someone put him in an arm bar and dragged him back into the bar.
What he did is he came in, he came in, I guess, showed like an out-of-state fake ID, and then didn't get served, like he didn't order because he's like, I'm not going to drink or whatever. But then right before the mic, we went out to start to have a cigarette before the mic. And I think it was Alidar Sky was just like...
Oh, no, Alidar works as bartenders. She has a keen awareness.
She recognized his armband and then also like asked him what. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm using a fake ID. And she's like, oh fuck, I'm telling Mel immediately. And then we told Mel, then he went into the back of the room and Mel got reinforcements. And then he went out and like for some reason like kept like lunging to like come back in, and then eventually just got like dragged out. It was pretty. I think Bob might have done that.
So Mark, you're telling me very controversial stance you're taking here with Reed's Local and the Fun Simulation mic is that teens are not welcome. Is that what you're saying?
Teens are not local or fun or allowed to be simulated in the mic or in the bar.
Teens cannot simulate.
Teens need not apply.
No.
Teens can simulate, but not at Belmont and Sacramento.
No.
Go away, teens.
Mark, have you kept track of how many people have been thrown out of the mic? Because I'm thinking of back to, I think was it the second ever mic, a comic who shall remain nameless? I believe
Name him, Mike. It's been years.
It was Brian O'Shea.
It's Brian O'Shea. I was about to say, we all know it's Brian O'Shea.
Or Brian Earl.
Public enemy zero. That's what he is.
I'll tell the Brian O'Shea story because it's kind of funny, and also a warning to anyone in any other city that's watching that. Just don't let this guy do comedy in your city. He's a piece of
don't.
shit.
And he will try. He
will try. He should be pre-banned. Yeah. I thought he went out to Portland at some point, didn't he?
He did.
He went out to Portland to join the cops. That's what he went out to Portland to do.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. I guess they don't look at your youth record. Or maybe they like your youth record being violent.
He's told. He was a snitch.
He was a snitch, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They like snitches, yeah. They also need, okay, so Brian O'Shea. We're doing the open mic. Brian, so if you've never been to Reed's, it's a single person men's bathroom and a single person women's bathroom. He goes to the men's bathroom. He's in there way too long. In there like way too long, like 3 people, and eventually like some regular bar people that aren't comics keep knocking on the door and he's not responding. Some guy's like, hey Joel, like this guy's been in there for like 25 minutes. I don't know who he is. So Joel ended up keying in, and he was shirtless with his shirt on the toilet. And he was trying to roll a joint for like 25 minutes on the back of the toilet. And then they were just like, yo, man, like put your shirt on. What the fuck? And I'm on stage at this time. And I just see a shirtless man coming out of the bathroom, like flailing his arms, and Joel and some guy just kicking him out. They end up kicking him out. He comes back like an hour later. And he's like, I want to do my set. And then he's being a prick and the bar is empty and there's nobody around. He's like, I want to do my set. I'm like, fine, you can do your fucking set. And Monty was there, and Monty was just like, oh, watch out for this guy. I'm like, okay, yeah, I could kind of tell from the two minutes I've met him. So he starts to do a set, and all he does is start like picking on, like just start ripping on me and Mike, which I don't care, but then he starts ripping on the bar. So I just unplugged the mic from the wall and just walked away, and I unplugged the light. So there was literally no one in the back room except him yelling at everybody in the front of the room. So yeah, he eventually. I don't know if anyone had to physically remove him again, Mike. I don't remember, but he eventually left.
I think Joel had to physically remove him the second
Somebody
time.
physically removed him at that point. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just love that to Brian O'Shea, rolling a joint is such an intense experience that he not only had to remove his shirt, it was taking him 25 minutes.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Was he
had to, like,
sitting on the toilet like AC Slater? Was he like reverse? Was he like
just straddling that
straddle?
thing?
Yeah,
just don't.
the hero's pose, as they like to call it.
that is a good way to shit if you haven't yet. I've done that before.
I don't like weed, but you got to be a real dork if it takes you 25 minutes to do
Yeah, I was
that.
about to say, I will have you good to go in 45 seconds flat if you give it to me already ground up. We're done.
Or you just do it outside like everybody.
Yeah.
I've seen that guy thrown out of at least 3 different open mics.
Oh, dude, if you were a Chicago comedian between like certain years, you have at least 4 like Brian O'Shea kicking out stories.
And he never got booked. You never
No.
saw him on shows. He wasn't
No.
like anybody respectable. So he's already an ass, you know?
He called me I quote, a Cincinnati homo. That was his term for me.
Oh, the nasty natty.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pro wrestler.
I'm trying to think
Yeah, I
of
know.
anyone else that got kicked out. There was one guy that kept going to like his car and drinking vodka out of a water bottle. And not buying beer at the bar, and he'd walk by the bar and be like, "No, I'm not drinking. Like, I'll get a water." And okay, so keep in mind he's wearing shorts and sandals, and it's the middle of fucking winter in Chicago, and he decides that that should have been the sign: is this guy is drove from another state or something.
Scumbag move number 1.
He picked up the mic, so he finally goes up towards the end of the mic. I'm like, let's get this guy out of the way, and he goes up, and then he starts walking backwards, and then he just falls. And then slides onto his ass, and then he's just sitting like right here, where I'm pointing. You can't see where I'm pointing. I'm trying to point right behind my
Behind
neck.
the radiator?
Right where this right here. He's just sitting here on his ass, feet completely extended, and still talking, and still like doing material somehow. Like it will.
I admire that.
That.
That's admirable.
And I was like,
Let's give it to him.
I'm gonna keep
At least, if you're that drunk and you fell down and you're still doing your material, good job.
I got to get 4 sets in tonight, you know. The grind. Time for the grind.
Oh, dude. People in Chicago wearing shorts in February, never a good sign.
I think he drove up from Florida like that morning. Like I think he just drank a bottle of vodka on the way up.
Which, you know what that just reminds me of? It's kind of, I guess, somewhat unrelated, but if you've ever watched that show Hoarders, there was an episode where there's a guy who's like perfectly normal, healthy, whatever. He lived in Florida. He was in an ATV accident, and it caused brain damage that caused him to start hoarding. And I feel like that might just explain all of Florida.
Yeah.
I just feel like everybody down there was collectively in an ATV accident at some point.
I watched the news today, and there was a guy, and he was like, his eyes were like this, and he was from Florida, and he was like, you know what? The hurricane coming is a good thing because it feels kind of normal now. Like this is what we're used to handling like, outside of COVID, and I'm just like,
ATV brain damage on a statewide level.
He needs to see the danger. You know what I mean? Like the invisible danger. He's not putting on a fucking mask. He wasn't wearing a mask, but board up the windows and get bottled water. I'll take that serious. So that's normal.
Tell you what I can see. I can see an F5 coming in 100 miles from shore, but I can't see these germs, y'all.
You could shoot your gun at a hurricane. You can't shoot your gun at germs, really. I mean, you could try. Florida, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, please try.
I can see a gator's bottom jaw twigger and shake when it's on meth, but I just don't know. Am I supposed to wash my hands all the time?
Did you ever see the Florida
Project?
Project?
Saying the word twigger because it sounds like
yes. That one's retired. We're retiring now. Coffee looks like he went to Florida for college and then moved back to his parents' house.
That's funny you say that because I'm living in my in-laws' house for the time being. I'm in the laundry room at my in-laws.
Nice.
What life was Florida to you then?
Yeah.
My God, Florida.
Mike Coffee with that headband on, you look like you're about to start a Zumba class for dads.
Mike, please do that, please.
Where are my Zads at? Where are my Zads? Come on, everybody. Let's get moving. Hey, I need to
Jazzercise.
know, is everyone working for the weekend? Got my sweet 97.9 The Loop deep mix on to get us moving here, fellas. Come on.
I could totally see me doing that. I'm the guy who's watching the YouTube exercise videos in the garage and responding to the trainer, even though he says the same thing every time. He's like, "Who's feeling out there?" I'm like, I am. Yes.
We all feeling good. Everybody's moving. Did you hear a rumor that me and Josh suck each other off after class? Who told you that? I thought I could trust you. Come on, dads. Let's go.
And
They
it's
gotta
the
add
same
that other
video
stuff
every
on and
week.
keep you on your toes. They gotta add that shit, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna do that, guys. Guys, I'm trying to think of any other weird.
Pulling a Kristen Lundberg mark and eating while like,
What's up?
Yeah.
I'm eating during the mic like Kristen Lundberg.
Yeah, Lundberg's normally our resident eater for everyone that's into watching people eat. She usually comes on the mic and eats for random things. It's great, like cereal. Are you eating cereal out of a paper plate?
No, it's chickpea pasta that I made, and this is like a paper plate as a covering, but I'm using a white bowl.
Hey,
Okay.
it's
Ooh.
Reed. You gotta eat cold cheeseburgers from Burger King down the block. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is a Reed Sunday.
I remember hot lunch day. I know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
I'm also to the pleasure of Melissa. I'm drinking my bottled water that was not confiscated. In true
Ooh.
Reed.
Yeah.
But it is filled with vodka from your car in the parking lot.
I'll put the Reed's cozy on the bottled water.
Our car vodka in there.
Vodka water.
It's only good if it got warmed up and cooled in your car.
Mark, tell the other and Punch.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Those just tuning in, this was a real place with real people at it.
These all happened. Like there would be more of these stories if COVID didn't happen. There'd be
Oh
like
yeah.
Oh,
at least
yeah.
5
Dude,
more.
I just think of what that first weekend is going to be like when they tell us we got a vaccine on a Friday. You're going to get it in 3 months, and everyone just goes, "Fuck it!" And then we're all at a place like this, and all of these stories are going to happen on like one night. Like everyone's
Yeah.
like Mel's just going to come in and be like, "Everyone, $50. Everyone just put $50 down in the bar."
I'm locking you in. It's a lock.
We all get locked into the bar.
It's a lock in. Everyone I trust. That's it.
I wake up on the Playboy pinball machine.
Oh my god. So yeah, Pratik promoted this with a picture of the Playboy pinball machine. And there's one that is a contentious machine that has upset people. People have gotten into arguments and fought and literally been like, I would so,
I don't understand
there are
why you
people
have
who
an
are like-
inclusive space
yeah.
with this oppressive symbol. And,
Did that
and
really
they
fucking
technically,
happen?
and they're technically, they're
happened.
not upset about women posing play. They're upset about what it means for the rabbits. It's not fair that the rabbits are appropriated. Like that.
So someone came in and was like drinking, and it was like during the mic and before the mic, and somebody was playing the machine, and she turned around, she said, "I hate that machine." And like Joel and Melissa were there, they're just like, "Yeah, whatever," like tough shit. Like, and Joel's like, "I like that machine, whatever." There's no nudity on the machine even, but. And I think it was like right around when Hugh Hefner died too. I think it was like literally like a couple weeks away.
Have some respect.
And she got mad. I think she took a picture of it. I think she yelled at everybody, and then she packed up her shit and she left. It was pretty awesome.
Cool.
It's not the
Damn.
first time anyone's complained. So
I know there was a couple guys who were pretty offended at the fact that the mic was starting when they wanted to play bubble hockey. One of the
Oh,
nights.
yeah.
The bubble hockey was a
Anybody
big draw in the
remember?
back room.
Does anybody remember when they had the Marvel vs. Capcom machine
Oh, yeah,
in the back?
people would play straight through it.
Oh my god, I would too.
Yes.
I don't blame them. It's Marvel versus Capcom. Are you fucking kidding me?
People would
These
play
jokes.
that through the mic. It was yeah.
That's better than anything that you have to say about your love life. I don't care.
People would play it during their set. People would.
That's
put
great. Again, I don't blame them. That is the smart decision.
It,
That's more productive.
I think I missed the mirror. If anyone's been there, there's a giant.
Yeah.
Yep.
To the
Oh,
side of
yeah.
the balloons on my picture, to the side of the balloons, there's a full length mirror. So while you're performing, you could look to your left and just see a full body shot
Yeah.
of you from the side, which is the least flattering of you.
Yeah, and it's
just,
always like the way you arch your neck, where you would get like
Yeah.
that second chin, like like right here. So
Yeah, and you're like,
and the
okay,
data. Do you have a picture of the Data painting that was up there for a long time?
my
Data
God.
from
That's Star
Star
Trek
Trek: The
erotica.
Next Generation. There was he was like Data from Star Trek in like a very erotic Victorian pose.
Yeah, naked.
But he doesn't know he's naked because he's not human. He doesn't understand.
He has no shame.
He has no shame.
But I want to point out that painting got that was from Chrissy Parisi. She's a comedian. She's not here tonight. I don't think she's been on Zoom ones yet, but very talented artist and comedian. And that got written up by a movie magazine in Canada. Like literally like the thing they give out like when you go to like AMC in Canada. They're like, here's a free program, and it's like literally like an airline magazine. And it got they called her and they interviewed her. And I reached out to some people I knew in Canada, and they sent me copies of it. And it's somewhere over in my house. I could probably find it, but it's our first international press that we got as an open mic too. I just want to point that out that we are internationally revered. We got written up by a Canadian magazine.
We're getting renewed for another season, guys. Our open mic.
All it said was they go like, oh, like Chrissy Parisi, Chicago artist, did this, and they're like, what's it like? And she's like, oh yeah, it's hanging in the back of a bar, and they have an open mic every week. And whenever somebody's unprepared, they just lean on that for material. So we're at the point of this night,
which is true. Yeah, it's 100% true.
We're leaning on it for material now. That's what we're doing.
It's good to know that Justin Trudeau knows about Fun Simulation 2000.
I'm sure he read it at some point. I'm sure he did. But yeah, I got a few copies. I do want to frame a copy. It's way too funny. It's good stuff.
He'll probably come and do brown face at the mic whenever he does it. So it'll be great.
Mark, can you tell me about when you guys had the sound? You had like an old keyboard that would play sound effects on it. I know the last year or two you haven't used it, but I remember that was like the funnest thing. Okay, and there's other mics that have done this where they've done like sound
maybe for this mic maybe I'll bring it back for this mic, guys.
Yes.
Tonight.
It had the mini drum machine on the top of it, didn't it? It had the 4 pads on the top.
Yeah, it was like a 90s Casio, and it would be like it would have this weird clap noise that was not. It was very inorganic.
Yes.
And it was like cluck, 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 cluck. It sounded like something falling down the stairs, not people clapping. You know.
Everything. It was a Yamaha. I just want to point out that it was a Yamaha. I want to point out that at one point in time, I bought another one, the same one for $25 in case the first one broke.
Had to have a backup.
I have two of them. I actually have a backup. Like that's how vested I am in that. Mm-hmm. It's a drum machine on the top, and it's a soundboard on the bottom. But you have to hit like a ton of buttons to even cycle through the sounds. I'll bring it out tonight. I just haven't done it on Zoom, and I quit doing it because anytime it was someone's first mic, they would be like, what the hell was that? Like in the middle of the set, I'd play something, and they'd stop, and then they'd be like, I'd be like, oh no, go on. I'm just doing it. I'm just being an asshole, you know. Like, okay. And then they'd wait, and they'd be like, Are you done?
That joke really killed. That's why we played a laser sound.
Yeah, man. Like it's someone, and I would do the sound effects where it'd be like someone would tell stories, like. So I like called my mom the other day, and I'd be like, ring, 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 like it was not even buttoning anything.
Yes.
It was just like whenever it was appropriate, I would ruin their timing with it. So prepare for that tonight, guys. Prepare for that. Laura Hug is joining in right now. Just checking that. So guys, I think I'm trying to think of any other weird shit, man. There was yeah, man.
Mike Fest was pretty cool when you guys wore suits.
Oh yeah, Mike Fest has always been fun. Oh my god.
I was looking for that picture today, Mark. I was gonna put up for my background, me, you, and Tom in the suits. I thought I had one, but I couldn't.
Can one of you guys tell people what Mike Fest is? This was one of the most like insular, aggravating concepts.
I want Coffee to talk about Mike Fest.
Yeah.
So Mike Fest was a contest between all the open mics, and like the prize was they had producers from some of the booking shows who would pick the winners and say basically, you know, we want you to come on and do our show. But the way they did it through the actual contest was they wouldn't tell you till like, was it like a couple days before they'd announce these secret locations. And like, it would be like, for instance, Reed's, we'd do the mic on Sunday nights, and the mic, the opening round would be on an off night. So for us, we had it on like a Friday night, and they told us like a couple days before, they told like Mark, they're like, hey, we want you to be a secret location. We're going to have a couple producers show up, you know, nonchalantly and watch, you know. So at that point, I mean, we would typically have, I mean, there would be some weeks on Sundays and we'd have some heavy lists of like 50, 60 people. And I mean, I believe that first Mike Fest, I mean, we had to cap it at like something like 70 or so. It was ridiculous. We had to walk down to Blood and Bucket Records. We had to continue the mic because it was a Friday night. Like we told them, and Reed's was totally cool about it, but they're also like, well, you're going to get your Friday night crowd in here, which is different from the Sunday night crowd. So you had like 50 or 60 comics packed in when, like, on a night when they were much more crowded than a Sunday.
Yeah, you're going to have the people that want to hear AC/DC and Blue Oyster Cult on the
exactly, yeah. And I do remember, like, when we moved, we had to, like, we just were lugging equipment down the street, down Milwaukee to Blood and Bucket Records.
We did a road set where I went to Toys R Us and bought a Cars, the movie, the animated movie Cars themed microphone and PA that played Cars music or whatever the fuck it did. And I spent like $20 on it, and I'm like, I'll just return this tomorrow. And then Brandon Kiefer walked from Reed's to Bucket of Blood while doing a set and giving a tour of the neighborhood. While I played music on the drum machine. It did not.
This is like this, and the thing is, Mike Fest is like this high intense thing for newer comics because it's a formalized version of you go to Mike's and try and get booked. And I remember talking to too many people about it. They were taking it way too fucking seriously and were way too wound up. And then on top of it, you tell them that they got to move to a different location. I remember hearing about that the night of. There was like 3 different people texting me. And I was just like, calm down and have some fucking fun with this. Like, you guys are walking down the street and someone's doing a set. Like,
right. I remember people were so salty, the ones who couldn't get up at Reed's, because, like, when we went to Blood and Bucket, like, I mean, we lost probably 80% of the crowd because, like, everyone who already went up was like, oh, I'm not going to, watch, the last 5-6 comics. And I remember we did get a couple of regular patrons who followed us because, like, there was that one girl who, like, didn't, like, one of the speakers, like, almost fall on somebody when we were cleaning up at Blood and Bucket? Or one of the comics, like, at the end of it?
I just want to point out that it didn't almost. The speaker fell on somebody's head and bleeding, and it was really bad. It was Bucket of Blood was the name of the
legal window.
Bucket of Blood was the name of the
window for
venue.
legal action has passed, and I can confirm that a speaker did indeed fall on someone's head.
2 years has passed. 2 years has passed. The weird thing is, so I just want to point out, like, Bucket of Blood is an awesome bookstore, awesome record store, open in Chicago. Please support them. They'll deliver puzzles to your house. Like, they'll do that stuff. They're right down the street from me. I love them. Owned by a great couple. That's the battery guy. Owned by a great couple, and they let us use their back room, and some person off the street, like, bumped into a shelf, and there was a heavy 1970s speaker, and it fell and hit someone on the head, and they were bleeding, and I don't know if they needed stitches, but that pretty much ended the night.
They never lost consciousness. Like, we didn't have to call an ambulance or anything like that, but we were very concerned for a few minutes.
I want to point out, Christine just mentioned that the person that fell on, and I forgot, was a doctor themselves. So and they were like,
yes, that's right.
And they were like, don't call an ambulance, we're fine. But the weird thing is, like, before, so like we set up at both Reed's and at Bucket of Blood. We set up in both locations earlier in the day, and at Bucket of Blood, on the way to the bathroom, there was a mannequin head, just a white mannequin head, and it was just covered in blood, like someone poured blood on it, dripping down. And I went, that's kind of a weird omen. Why do they have that? And then by the end of the night, it fucking happened. That was it.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Also, one thing I remember, the first night at Reed's, we were a little bit delayed because there was a kitten stuck in the window well of the basement, so we were kind of distracted by a kitten.
Jesus Christ.
So
this place is just a tornado of dysfunction.
A kitten is a good sign. But also,
you know how bad this place is? They let Bob Keane work there.
Yeah. And Melissa said he's only been the second worst employee.
Tell him about Bobby Keane. If we're in Chicago open mic, we gotta get some shit to Bobby Keane. Where is he at? Where's Bobby?
Where's Bobby crusty?
Bob was invited, and I'm pretty sure I sent him the link. Somebody sent him. He's probably at like a. He's probably
drinking on a patio. Let's be honest.
Bob can't afford a computer. Let's be honest with ourselves here.
And then
tell Bob to go to a library and get into this thing.
Yeah, I remember when Bob lived not too far. I would give Bob rides home sometimes in the cold because I'd be like, he's just gonna die. He's gonna. Yeah. You want to try the other one?
What if he did? What if he legit like hops on all this Zoom shit at the library and you just keep hearing in the back, "Sir, you can't smoke in here."
I tell you what,
Yeah.
Bill Hicks would stay wherever he wanted.
And Bob does the same thing he would always do, just plays to the room. He's just trying to like shit on people in the library or something like that.
Yeah.
Dewey, talk about a decimal system. Am I right? Am I right?
I'm gonna make sure that Bob.
Hey, you over in periodicals, you fuckface. You know, like something.
I sent him the link. I'm saying get on. If Bob comes on, that would be great. I like that Emily Tung said she feels so safe on Zoom now. In the chat, is that because of how dangerous the open mic sounds? Is that person mic?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It wasn't fucking dangerous, man.
No, but when it was, that's when it was exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely, you never knew what was going to happen, but it didn't. Nobody got shot, as far as I know. Anyway,
No.
I don't think anybody got stabbed, so pretty good.
Not at that mic. At a different mic down the street.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I remember one time the police rolled up, and if anyone didn't know me, I was wearing this shirt, but before it was tied up, I was wearing a white, huge V-neck, and my hair was like past my shoulders, probably wet because it was always kind of wet and shaggy, and two cops pulled up like hot, like with their hands on their hips, and they were like, is someone in there with a gun? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, it's an open mic. And they're like, yeah, what? Like, I don't know what that is. I'm just like, all right, man. And they're like, can we check you? And I'm like, yeah, there's no fucking gun here. And then they went into the mic during the mic and checked everybody and then left. And then I was like, what did the guy look like?
And then they stopped at the bar and they said, let's get in there and rip a couple sets, fellas. All right, I got my notebook.
See what you got, man.
I got my notebook. All right, let's get a talk about.
He pulls out his notebook and it's literally just like paperwork they just had to fill out. He's like, all right, speeding ticket, 35 and a 25, Augusta and Milwaukee,
Paperwork.
blue Toyota.
Yeah. Like he told me the guy's description. I'm like, that's not me at all. Why? Like the guy's gone wherever.
I got an all points bulletin for my wife, please. I got this bulletproof vest. It stops bullets, but it doesn't stop my wife from running her. Yeah.
That worked. All right, guys. Guess what? I got it. I'm gonna show you guys. We'll start this in a minute, but I do want to show.
Were we supposed to start a fucking hour ago, Mark?
No, I mean we were doing this first.
This was pre-planned delay.
Yeah, it's pre-planned.
This is built in. You can see the
Oh,
drum
wow.
machine.
Oh, the drum.
There it is. There it is.
The
They will
Yamaha.
see population now.
The Yamaha DD9.
1, 1, 2,
E9.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And then we'd start. And
One, 4, 3.
I'm gonna
four.
go through all the sound effects with you real quick.
1,
Yes.
1.
That's a dog barking. Cat meowing. This is if you do bad, that's a good sound.
Oh yeah, the glass break. Yep.
Also,
Dun dun dun. I remember that one. Look
is the fake
when
laughter.
someone would do.
that's the weird clap. We were all talking about the weird clap.
Yes. It was like a stadium clap with an echo.
Yeah.
You just need a button that says "not funny," not funny.
Car alarm.
No, not funny. Move back to your hometown. No, not.
Well, that was whenever someone told like a pun, that's what comes up.
Oh boy, that's crazy.
I'm using that tonight. That's going to be in play, just so everybody knows that will be in play. I'm not going to shy away. Somebody brought it up. Who else is around here? I thought Kevin.
Mark, I do love that due to our virtual backgrounds, we're technically both in the same room.
We're in the same room, baby. We are
Yeah.
here at Reed's. We're all at Reed's. Not actually at Reed's. Do not go. Well, you could go there right now. I think they're open in the back. Oh my God! You know what? I almost let my fucking laptop die, guys. I wanted to point that out. I went from 70 to 13%. I am a great host. This is what I've been doing for months. I'm good at it. We're going to start this, Mike, guys. We're going to let the simulation commence is what.
Simulation.
We're going to do this. Anyone that was up originally, Ron, if you want to do one, Kevin, if you want to do one, Coffee, if you want to do one, let me know. Dan, also.
Yeah.
Let me know. I don't know. Dan, do you want to kick us off, Dan? So everyone that's newer has not done this. What I'll do is I'll send you a message when you got 1 minute left, but Dan can do as much time as he fucking wants.
Don't. No, that's. Like, Jesus Christ. Listen, that superstar can do whatever he fucking wants. Let him roll. Like, that's fucking insane. I'm going to do 4 fucking minutes, and then that's it.
I'm just going to tell you, the longest set ever was Gavry did do 23 minutes during a blizzard when only 2 comics showed up for no reason in a blizzard. I told Gavry he could do as much as he wanted. He did 23 minutes, and it was
the Super Bowl. He ate carrots and celery with ranch dipping, I believe, for most of the set.
He did. He ate on stage. He ate the leftover Super Bowl platter. And then the second place was Hannibal, who did 16 minutes. So
I like that. I like how Gavry went past Hannibal.
Yeah.
Mike Gavry, professional gambler.
The question is, how many sets did he count that 23 minutes as on his
Oh my God.
It was during the Super Bowl and a blizzard, so I'm sure that counted as 4.
I'm so God. Pratik, you bringing that up just evoked such a memory in me that I thought was buried and just so long ago. Oh my God.
Stand by me. That was the body at the end of the creek.
Oh, I forgot that even happened.
Remember when people would ask for bumps to go up early and hit every mic?
Yeah,
he was.
Comics are shitty people. That's what we've learned.
Yeah. Shitty people.
Shitty
On that note, we'll start out then, right? Is that how
Thanks. Greatest intro of all time. Comics are shitty people. Coming up, the shittiest guy of all.
If you like shitty people, we got him.
We got one for you right now.
Top of the shit's coming in.
Welcome to Reese. We got a whole list of them over here.
Hey.
Number 1 shittiest person in Chicago comedy 5 years running, and he moved away 3 years ago.
That's still Brian O'Shea, though.
You can watch good comedy on Netflix whenever you want. Why not take a ride on the wild side?
Let's see if this works.
I can't stop laughing.
There were a couple times, Mark, where Melissa would play stand-up comedy on the TV during the mic.
Oh, yeah. Should I watch David Gavry or Delirious? I don't know.
This Eddie Murphy's really not funny. I thought he was good. This is terrible.
Hey, this person who just finished their 8 weeks of Second City class and now they're doing this, or am I gonna watch AC/DC on VHS? Fuck this shit. I'm watching fucking Back in Black.
The tracking's off, but it's still better.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They had epic horror movies on VHS.
Oh hell yeah, they did.
I know Hannibal's up, but they just put on Deep Horizon, so I gotta
watch
prioritize.
That would happen. Sometimes you would just want. Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, great. There's VHS on an old TV, old VHS. Great collection. I donated Killer Tomatoes from Outer Space or from France. I can't remember, one of those. But yeah, there's good VHS. Ron, you even premiered a VHS tape that you found on the street.
That I did. I found a VHS tape on the street, and I took it to Reed's because I knew that they had I have a VHS player, but I didn't have a TV to hook it up to, and they did. And it ended up being it was literally a pile of VHS tapes on a street corner, and they're mostly just random whatever stuff. But I found one that just said "crib" written on it, and I was like, "So I'm taking this." And we put it in, and it was legitimately somebody who had, I guess, just had a baby, putting their camera in front of the baby's crib and just letting it roll. So, but we didn't realize that till halfway through. So the entire time,
it looked like it was shot through a window from outside, though. I just want to point that out.
And we're watching this. As soon as we realized, we're like, "Oh, this is a security thing." But until that, we're just sitting there watching this house, what the fuck is going on? What's gonna happen?
In the middle of the night, you can hear the baby's cries over the jukebox.
It was. You know what? That film changed all of us. I think it changed each and every one of us.
Yeah, that
That's my
ghost
favorite
baby
Harmony
crawls up
Korine
to the
movie.
bar, and says $2 hams, and then disappears.
All right, guys, we do have to get this moving because it is 9:15, and I thought we would start this at 8:45 or 9, but it did
We
take me.
could start
20
right at 9:30, the official start time.
The official start time. You know what? It's early for a reads night, guys.
Yeah.
And everyone that's here that's going up later, this is why I made a reserved list and an alternate list, because I knew that this was going to run long, and I was anticipating
It's
this.
tradition. It's fun simulation tradition.
This is gonna be great, guys. Please welcome former co-host with me. Also, I worked with him at Fast Model Sports. Win the day. He is now in Portland. Welcome the wonderfully talented, hilarious Dan Weber.
Win the day.
This is so weird. Like I'm not used to starting stand-up after a conversation for an hour, but so I just want to have the confidence of a millennial with a 401k. That's all I'm really wanting by now. Like if you're 30 and you started a 401k, that's fucking amazing because you think money's going to be a thing when you retire. That's awesome. Like you should be you'd be way better off just saving drinkable water. That's what you should do. Like if you want a retirement plan, just have 100 gallons of drinkable water and you're going to be the Bezos of 2070. Pretty good. I don't know if you guys remember 1,000 years ago, before when the quarantine first started, people were hoarding toilet paper. And I would see images of aisles almost clear of toilet paper, but always there'd be a couple packages on the bottom shelf. And I would hate to be the company that owned that type of toilet paper, right? Because that's just, people were walking past it, hoarding that product, and they were looking at yours and being like, you know what? I'd just rather use my fucking hand. Like, that's weird, right? That is worse than a 1-star review on Google for sure. Like, you just suicide watch in that case, you know? This honestly, like, should have been my time. I've been an introvert my whole life, and I was basically 85% socially distanced from the get-go, like my entire, all the time. But now I just realized that 15% was very important, you know, like, but I feel really bad for people who were popular in high school or college or just in general, like who just need other people to give them anything. That would be terrible. At me, I can just read all weekend. I didn't know that I was training for this when I was in high school. That's pretty good. I feel good about it. I will say that this is the shittiest apocalypse ever. Like, this is the most boring. I was promised a much more metal apocalypse as a Christian young man. Like, that's like, it's supposed to be flying, lion-headed, fire-breathing scorpions and beings with 32 wings and 1,000 eyes, some Cthulhu nightmare. And instead, I just got Netflix and die. It's fucking stupid. I don't like it. Like, and in Portland in particular, like, it just feels like the end of the world because we had a federal troop occupation for a little while. A bunch of people in G.I. Joe cosplay. They listed all the things that they were threatened by, and that would include an empty can of White Claw lime, a half-eaten apple, a rock, and a can of garbanzo beans. And I got to say, like, that's pretty terrifying. Like, imagine if you were a police officer and that's the shit that scared you. Like, that's pretty, walking into a shopping market just beats me the most fucking nightmare-inducing thing you can think of. Like, you walk down a canned food aisle and you're just terrified the entire fucking time. And we gave these people guns. Anyway, what else do I got on this? Fuck, I'm done. All right, thanks everybody.
Yay!
Win the day.
Yeah.
Win the day. There's Tristan just down there. Tristan is not on video, but there's Tristan, big friend of the room. I remember. Thank you, Dan Weber. One more time for Dan Weber, guys. I remember.
Dan Weber. Yeah.
Dan has a very good set about the Challenger, and when I during this pandemic that SpaceX sent up a rocket, and I was like, I'm not fucking watching this if I'm not watching this with Dan, and it blows up, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, there haven't been a blown up rocket since, and frankly, very disappointed. I got to try harder. That's what I'm. Well, the thing is, they haven't put a volunteer teacher on one. That's why they haven't blown up.
Oh no!
They need to throw another teacher on one of those things and torch it off at 10,000 feet. That'll be
Dear
pretty good.
God, that's how they get the kids back in school this fall.
Yeah, right.
We'll blow up your teacher if you don't go back. Well, guys, I think one of our comedians that wants to go up, Ron Irvin wants to do a set, and Ron Irvin is going to go up. Please welcome from Cincinnati, a big friend of the room, Ron Irvin.
Oh my God! Well, it's again, as we've talked about before, it's more of a sermon than a comedy set. But I thank y'all for having me, regardless. Praise the Lord. That's how we're doing on this Sunday.
Praise Him. Praise Him.
The thing that COVID has taken for me that I miss the most is going to the movies. I mean, that's like movies really are like that's my church. I go to the movies like at least 3 times a week. I miss it so much, and I hate that one of my last movie going experiences was going to see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie alone by myself at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. It's it's fine. My vote counts just as much as yours, so maybe I don't know. Don't defend democracy so hard. I don't know. But no, so this was the story. I go down there. I go to see again alone, 11 o'clock in the morning, Sunday. It's theater downtown Chicago. I go, it's like half empty, plenty of whole sections open. I get a whole little section to myself in the back. I can hit my weed pen. It'll be fine. You have to get high if you're alone at the Sonic the Hedgehog movie at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Because if you don't, I feel like you're either a child or then you're an adult, but you've never made eye contact with anybody ever. And there's no in between. You know what I mean? So I sit, and then this woman comes in with 2 very young children and sits not just in my section, but sits her 2 children directly next to me and sits there through the whole movie. And I said to myself, lady, I have drugs in my pocket and brain right now. What is your problem? The theater was half empty. She could have gone anywhere, right? But she said, and then midway through the movie, she got up and went to go refill her popcorn and left her children there with me the entire time. I was in sweatpants. All right, mind you. And I was like, it's a very surreal feeling to be like, should I call Child Protective Services on myself? Because I feel like that's appropriate. And I was like, you need to get down here because I am like 30 seconds away from teaching them where to buy like untaxed cigarettes in city. All right, this is gonna be fun. I don't know, but the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was fine. That's okay. I just want to go back to the movies again. Tenet is supposed to come out. Christopher Nolan. I don't know if anybody else is excited for that. But if I don't get it by September, I might have to actually develop a personality, and I'm really worried about that. So, all right, everybody else have a good night.
Yeah.
Perfect Magic Ron.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we were talking about him earlier, and then he appeared like a apparition. Guys, check it out. Bob Keane is here now, guys. Look at
There he is.
Of course he's in a car. Of course he's in a car.
Bob,
pull over.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Bob. You're on mute.
Bob, you're on mute. Bob is on mute in the passenger seat of a car.
I hope that's his finger and not his penis.
Why does Bob look like he's holding the phone, but he still looks like he's on an episode of Cops?
Look, I've got the teeth. I have the privilege of a cop on Cops, but the teeth of a guy getting arrested on Cops.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, that's right. 2 days from a root canal. I'm still out here gigging on Zoom.
Yeah, you have the mouth of a hockey player with none of the talent.
Don't call this a gig.
You driving back from Mexico where you got your uninsured dental surgery?
Wait, is this a roast now? Did we just make this a roast?
It already was.
His ass.
I went all the way to Mexico for them to not take my insurance there either. They won't even kidnap me because they don't want to hear me belly aching about a root canal.
You just wrote Cobra on a piece of paper, sir. We cannot accept this.
He's handing them an actual Cobra.
I don't think you're part of that cartel. But I'm here. I'm in a car with my very unfortunate girlfriend. gets to
No,
drive me around.
Bobby, stop putting that burden on people. That's not fair to them.
This is going out to the world. Don't do that.
They have to say that
Stop
first.
making
You can't just put that on them, okay? We've been through this, buddy, okay?
Look, I keep telling her not to, but for some reason.
Kidnapped. Help.
Yeah.
Help.
You know,
This is a kidnapping. He has a gun.
you know you're charming when you can kidnap somebody.
It's a kidnapping. It's a kidnapping, but Bob's such a scumbag. He still needs them to drive him somewhere.
I want to cut the screen.
I'm just saying, Buffalo Bill ain't got shit on me. I'm getting women in their van.
Oh my God.
Struggle going on. Guys, we're staying with the stream, guys. We're staying with the stream.
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
You think you understand what a piece of shit I am? The light, this is my phone. I don't have mobile data because you all are sheep.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
Yeah. So I'm on her phone. I'm just this is like a trailer park iceberg slim shit.
I'm just an enabler.
Yep. She's
right. She is 100% right.
Yeah, she is absolutely to blame. I'm glad to be here. This is the 6th anniversary of the. At one point, this was the 5th best open mic in Chicago, which is high praise. High praise. And I remember the first time going into Reed, looking around and feeling like I was inside Patton Oswalt's head, which was pretty amazing. And then, of course, the $4 drink and the amount of Hamm's beer I've had to drink because of this open mic.
No, nobody made you. Do not say have. You chose to. That was your money put on the counter.
The price forced me to take it. The price forced me to drink it.
You are easily dictated.
Yeah, like this open mic, like if you see how bad the light looks on my face, I look 2 years older because of this particular open mic. This one in particular, and I'd like to thank you.
Are we watching a movie? Because there's a lot of projection.
Yeah. Bob's doing his set Bob's doing his set on his way into the next Blair Witch sequel. That's what he's doing. That poor girl. He's gonna drag her into the woods and hold the camera the whole time.
A few more minutes and she'll do the right thing and just steer this car off a bridge.
And the sad thing is, Bob, you'll survive. That's the part that bothers me.
Goonies never die.
I guess I get to keep the car now, right?
Yeah, I'll just walk away.
It's a rental, of course it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is a rental car. That's the best part.
Well, if you paid that $16 insurance coverage, do whatever you want to do.
Hey, she
About
is.
it.
Don't even talk to me.
Don't even talk.
This is what I'm using her phone for instead of navigation.
Bob, I also like that you're calling us from your house at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is way scummier than when I was homeless. When I was homeless, I was eating well.
Bob, you're not homeless. You're just a constant commuter.
Well, no, here's the thing. A while ago.
Here's the thing.
But commuting to where? He's also unemployed.
Yeah,
That ends.
I commute to nowhere. But I'm always commuting. It's true. There are things that I end up doing, like, grab a half-done bottle of vodka from the Brown Line platform and then just bring it home and then drink it, where I realized being homeless isn't what made me homeless. You know what I mean?
Being homeless isn't what made you homeless.
No, I have a home and I'm still homeless somehow.
You're the homeless guy with the vibe from Brian Rosebud.
Yeah.
Bob,
I know. Bob, it's her phone. She should be allowed to have the good jokes. Okay?
No. Bob, she is dating a rescue. Don't let her,
Bob's just at the ASPCA around the corner from Comedy Bar, just like in a cage, just be like, come on. They sent me back.
Bob's getting his walk. Bob's getting his outside time right now. Bob's getting his walk.
More of a nightmare.
Yeah, well, literally, Ariel here has a bit about her boyfriend being a rescue. I'm the rescue.
You are the
I'm a pit bull with a sketchy past.
It'll be complete when you get on her health insurance. That's when the con is complete.
Dude,
Yes.
we're so close.
I'm so close to getting on her health insurance, dude. I just gotta lay a little more decent pipe, and then I'm
Don't do it.
Dude, I'm telling you. If you guys ever like fuck it, I'll go into bits. Fuck you. Yeah,
No.
We won't allow it.
I'm telling you right
yeah,
now.
Bob.
Bob,
Why start now?
You are the bit. You are the bit, Bob.
You know, I feel like I feel like I'm gonna take that as a compliment, but I know it's not.
I will say this, Bob. You used to be the shits. I'll say this. You were the shits for a long time. I was like, I don't know if this guy should be like allowed to speak to people on a telephone, let alone a microphone. And then you went away to Texas and you came back and you've been you know like a good soup that's been out for a while. You can throw back.
Nothing like a little like a fermented pho. You know.
It's got a little skin on the top. Just throw it back in the microwave. Heat it up 60 seconds.
Hey, you know what? You sign up on the list if you want to do bits, huh?
Hey, it's her phone. He gets to do the time, Bob.
And I'm allergic to penicillin.
Great, she's allergic to penicillin. How am I going to tell her that I gave her the clap? That poor thing. She's just going to have it in there. It's like, well, she can't have penicillin. I guess she's just going to make gorgonzola.
Bob, that's the sad fact is you're giving people the clap, but you can't get a crowd to clap. That's so sad.
Oh.
I can get a, you know, look, I'm not at Kohl's. I'm not looking for claps, okay?
Take them down, Bobo.
Bobby, throw
I'm not at this bar in Logan Square trying
There's
to
like
get
45
laughs. I'm
comics
at
up on the list.
this bar
There's like
in Logan
45
Square
comics
trying to
left.
get laughs.
This is like Cole's in that regard, Mark, is that we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna mute everybody for a second. You're all muted just for a second. You can unmute yourself, but we're gonna keep moving through. Who on the pre-list has done a set because it went off the rails with Bob. Monty's not here. Kevin, Gary's not here. Okay, Ron and Dan did one. Kevin, do you want to do a set? You want to do something? You want to tell some jokes? I know you're doing a 2-man bit with Bob over there, but
you got
still muted. There you go.
How's everyone doing? Thank you for letting me get at Bobby there for a minute. Yeah, it's real hard because I have my brother and my dad's name are Bob, and they're good people. So when I say Bob, and then I insult him, it's like, oh, I hope no one takes it the wrong way. I'm doing pretty good. I'm from a really productive family, but I'm spending too much time with all of you degenerates right now, like way too much time. And I'm from a family where it's gotten to the point now where I don't have any children, but my siblings do. And now, like, my nephews and nieces know that I'm a fuck up. Like, they now know that Uncle Kevin is not a productive member of society. To the point where my nephew interrupted a family party a year ago to get everyone to stop talking. Everyone stopped talking. And then he pointed at me and he said, Uncle Kevin, do you have a real job? And then everyone burst out laughing. I didn't even get to answer. The question. And then he dabbed and ran out of the room into the kitchen where I assume my mom gave him $5. You know? So it kind of sucks. Like, I knew from like my youth, I wasn't gonna be a loser, but I was always gonna have like this like inferiority complex. There's no way to set this up. I glued my left eye shut. When I was 5 years old, I glued my left eye shut. When you glue your left eye shut, your family expects nothing from you for the rest of your life. Every day, you're just exceeding expectations, riding a bus by yourself, tying your shoes, doing basic multiplication, little things like that. What was I the kid who tried to forge his mom's signature with crayon and just wrote mom? Yes, that's a thing I did. I tried to do that. All right. That is awful. So that is where I am in life, but that's also why I love a certain form of theater. Pratik is also a fan of it. It is Shakespeare for the masses who want to see someone kick the asses. I'm talking about professional wrestling. Now I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking here. I know what you're thinking. Teak gets this. You get this all the time, Teak. People want to tell you, is it fake? Is it fake? You know, is the show fake? You know, Mark, you want to come up to me and tell me the show is fake? You know, Mark, what TV show are you watching this week?
I'm watching all NHL hockey. That I watched 12 hours yesterday. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, you know it's fake? The crowd noise. It's fake. Did you know that? It's fake. You know what's also fake? Your interest in it. It's the only thing on right now. All right, that's what it is. Wrestling. The thing about wrestling is I know it's fake. I just want to enjoy it, but people want to tell you that. Like they think it's fun to just ruin it. I don't run up to someone while they're watching Law and Order Special Victims Unit and tell them, hey, the creepy guy 3 minutes in is the creepy guy 45 minutes later. You just lost an hour to the USA Network on basic cable. All right, fuck off. You know what I mean? Leave me alone. And I love wrestling. I know who the good guys are. I know who the bad guys are. And I'm doing a Yellum Kellum thing, and this kid at a bar who's like 21 says, WrestleMania. WrestleMania, more like Beatlemania, and I chopped him across the chest. All right, fuck the Beatles. Are they the greatest band of all time? Yeah. Do I have to like them like I like wrestling? No. That's a stupid internet thing. That's someone who's 15 who spent a weekend downloading their dad's like vinyls onto Spotify or something and telling me that he discovered something. Fuck you. And he goes, well, who's a wrestler I would like? Who's a wrestler that I would like as a fan of the Beatles? Oh, what wrestler has done some things that the Beatles haven't done? The dumbest fucking question I've ever heard. I said, he's like, well, they're rock stars. You want to know who's a real rock star? The Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Yeah, he is.
Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Hell
right?
yeah.
Someone on mute just went, woo, okay? Someone on mute just went, woo. You want to know why they did that, Bob? Because I brought up Ric Flair's name. If Ringo fucking Starr, the drummer of the Beatles, came into this Zoom right now, none of us make a fucking noise, all right? None of us do that because he's not a rock. You don't want to fuck Ringo. No one wanted to fuck Ringo. You fuck Ringo to get to John, to get to Paul. You were climbing your way up the Beatle dick ladder. Fuck that. We all want to have sex with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Every single one of us. Every single one of us. We owe it to him for the years of entertainment he's given us. He's a national treasure. At least a hand job. At least a hand job. Make his eyebrow raise. You go home. You know what I mean? That's it. And then he goes, well, tell me a wrestler I would like. And I said, all right. You're a rock and roll guy. Okay. All right. And I brought The Undertaker. The Undertaker. Right? And The Undertaker, if you don't know, is a dead guy. He's a dead guy. That's his gimmick. Thank you, Bob. Rolling your eyes now. All right. Bob was doing that because of the pills he took, not because he likes The Undertaker. Right. This shit's kicking in. Homemade speed.
Buried alive.
Yeah. Bobby Sunday special. All right. So The Undertaker is a dead guy. And he goes, what has The Undertaker done that the Beatles haven't done? I said, do you know what a buried alive match is? In professional wrestling, they're not a real fight. It's a match, right? And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, do you know what a buried alive match is? And he goes, no. A buried alive match is where the loser gets buried alive. I went to an arena. My mom dropped me off. I bought a big soda and had a Slim Jim in one hand and watched a man get pummeled into a fucking grave. All right, for my entertainment, and that was my hero, The Undertaker. All right, but he's not The Undertaker. His name is Mark Calloway. He's got 2 bad knees, 1 artificial hip, and he'll perform in a fucking football stadium until he dies. Okay, for real. But that night he got pummeled into a grave. And you want to know what The Undertaker did that the Beatles haven't done, that half the fucking Beatles haven't done? He got out of the grave and continued to entertain his fans from coast to fucking coast. Take your 8 days a week and shove them up your fucking ass. I'm done. Bye.
Whoa!
Wow. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin.
Kevin, which buried alive match was it?
He had a couple. I don't think he's ever won one. He's always lost one. He lost one to Kane, his own brother buried him alive.
The mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Yes, legitimately the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. Yeah. Yes, Tennessee, such a backward state. They named a city a county.
Hey, I have family in that county that he's the mayor of, and they watch this sometimes, and I ask them, I'm like, well, how is he? And they're like, not bad. Like, not bad. He cares about the people. Like, not bad.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, not a big county, I guess. Hey, guys,
the thing is, wore a mask when he was a wrestler. Doesn't want people to wear a mask during the pandemic. Kind of odd.
Libertarian.
Yeah, yeah. He is a libertarian too. That is a weird thing.
We have someone joining in right now, and I want to see if his audio works. Kevin McComb, the genius behind the theme song, is joining right now, and it's been connecting audio for a few minutes. I don't know if he's got video. I don't know if you guys are there, but what I want to do real quick is I want to play a commercial for Reed's that Kevin McComb made real quick. I'm going to share my screen and play a Reed's commercial because this is really good stuff.
Yes.
This will show if you've never been to Reed's, you got drunk there in 6 seconds. It's amazing. So I'm going to do that right now. Share screen. It's this one. All right, here we go. Oh no, that ain't it. Oh, I got to find it again. Sorry, I am doing terrible. Is Kevin there though? Kevin, are you there?
I just love the fact that this is the most flattering lighting I've ever gotten at a Reed's open mic.
I take a lot of time to make the lighting nice, and then nobody appreciates it until it's not there. Then everybody's like, you know what, the lighting last week was better.
Yeah, that looked like I'm on Afraid of the Dark or something.
That's where people drink.
Okay, I'm having problems. Guys, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be a very quick. I'm gonna mute everybody real quick, and then I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna do this right here.
This is where people drink. This is where bands play. A little rock and roll goes a long way out. Reed's local. Reed's local.
There you go. That was it, guys. That was the commercial for Reed's. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that. Kevin McComb, the creator of the commercial and the theme song, is still trying to connect. I want to point that out. Anyone else? You guys.
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks. You guys come off mute. Who else is still here that didn't? Where's Mr. Mike Coffey at? Mr. Mike Coffey, did you want to say anything?
Maybe in a little bit. I know there's a lot of people who signed up for the list, and I really wasn't prepared. So come back to me maybe a little bit later, and we'll see how I'm feeling.
Do you want to introduce the first comedian?
Host for a bit, baby.
Is it the list that we got here on the on deck list?
I'll post it in the chat. That is our first comedian.
Perfect. Well, thanks for having me back as a co-host again. Loved all the time I had here. Love running the mic with Mark, and I do like as much as I missed the 9-minute Who song intro, I do like the new theme song to get us kicked off. And kicking us off right now on the list right now, let's everyone give it up for Laura Hug.
Oh, I'm wearing my mic. I have a Mic Fest button.
Whoa.
Can you see it?
Whoa.
2016.
Holy
Is
crap.
that the year it was going on?
That was one of the years, yeah.
Yeah, I remember because Blake Burkhart made fun of it and then he won. And anyway, it was great. There's been so much about race and all this turmoil, and even before the race riots, I was trying to unpack my racist backpack. And so one of the things that I was like, I'm going to occupy more Black spaces, which is something that's supposed to be good, even though it sounds like something that my people have already been doing. But so I lived near this market called Plum Market, which is this high-end market. And I was shopping there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm only going to go to the Black cashiers, right? I'm only going to let them check me out. And then I realized it's not a Black-owned store. So basically, I'm just going to a white store and letting all the Black people do the work. So sometimes it takes, it's going to take a while. We're going to break more shit before we fix more shit. I see a therapist. I don't know if anybody else does. I went because when I got sober, it really screwed up my love life. My whole approach to romance used to be to drink till I blacked out and then drag home a creep and hope that he felt the same way about me. And then I got sober, and it was a lot harder to black out on donuts and ranch dressing. I mean, I got gassy and my cholesterol went up, but that was about it. I was still wide awake, you know? So I got depressed about it. And my therapist was like, "You feel depressed?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, do you ever think about killing yourself? And I said, "Only when I want to feel better." Don't take it away from me. It's my only coping skill. You know, at some point it's a cat lady's dowry. You know, you all know, because you're all cat ladies, like myself. But you know, in therapy, you go in to talk about one problem, but right away they want to know about your family. So she said, "Tell me about your parents." And I said, "Well, I wouldn't say that I had parents, more like roommates, one of whom gave birth to me, you know. My parents weren't abusive in the way that many are. They didn't hit me. They just didn't pay attention to me. And until I got really sick when I was young with chronic teen pregnancy, then they really stepped up. So, you know, it's interesting. My therapist, she said, "I really think that you're funny. And sometimes in our appointments, I have to restrain myself from laughing." And I'm like, "Really? I'm always in here crying," because I thought I was bombing. But, you know, I mean, a lot of my friends are in therapy. I mean, the ones that have lived, you know, so none of us thought we'd be here by now. Whoops. So but I have so many friends in therapy that I've been able to form therapy club. We get together on Zoom now, and it's really fun. Therapy club, where our motto is, "Hey, we were all molested. Let's eat." So right, this is an unusually pitiful, sad set, but you know, whatever. Go with what you know. I love you. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Laura, it was great seeing you. Thanks for coming. She's definitely a regular of the virtual room. It's been great seeing
I'm
you.
a friend of the Zoom.
He's a friend, a Zoom friend, Zoomer friend. Guys, we're gonna keep rolling because I want to get through some of the comments that have nothing to do with the anniversary, but it's always fun to see new faces. That's part of the reads is people would show up and do their first time or just never been there and do it once and then not come back for 3 years. That's always my favorite thing. That's part of it. I did not take the spotlight off of you. It's just been showing Laura's face for the past 10 minutes. There we go. Okay, it's on me now. Guys, our next comedian coming all the way from California, Pat Griffin.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, you're muted.
Unmute. Oh, I did it. Hello. I want to thank you, all the young people, for staying in your rooms and letting old people like me live. I think it's kind of nice, actually. But I am the proud parent of some old people, and I just turned 79. Ow! The way things are going, I'll be 85 by Christmas. My kids insist upon driving whenever we go anywhere. They strap me in the back seat facing backwards. It's called reverse parenting. And later tonight, my son will call up and he'll say on the text, he'll text me and he'll say, "Mom, it's after midnight. Where are you?" Should I tell him I'm in the Tenderloin doing comedy? I'm not in Chicago, by the way. I'm on the coast, the West Coast. Should I tell him? No. Check with your sister. She has me on GPS. As we speak, my kids are triangulating me. They know everything, and I forget things. I don't know. There's a lady coming toward me. I know her dog's name. I know where she lives. She's my sister. It'll come. By the way, she comes from Chicago. That's a lot of time there. Anyway, it'll come. And then I lose things. I lose my keys, my phone, grandchildren. Thank God I found my phone. Did you ever call your phone to find it? Well, I lost it in the sheets. And then I called it, I found it in the washing machine. Costco won't take it back because it shrank. And then there's, oh yes, we found what's his name, my grandson. He was in the dryer. I do forget things, and I just want you to know we were before BC. BC was before Corona. I spent my days in the comedy. No, I spent my days at the senior center and my nights at the comedy clubs. And seniors and the comics all walk around asking the same question. How much time do I have? And you can tell your Undertaker friend to wait. I don't want to go that way. But anyway, now we're in quarantine. And my sister's here, and my son is taking care of us. And we're a little bit like Arsenic and Old Lace. I don't know if you know that film, but Arsenic and Old Lace, where there's two old ladies in there. There's a young man who, he's Teddy Roosevelt, and he yells charge as he goes up the stair. Anyway, he's very strict. Well, we snuck out. We went to Costco. We arrived, we did everything right. We made homemade masks. My sister made hers out of a pillowcase, and I cleaned out a drawer, and I found my husband's old Speedo. So it works. And we wore the gloves, went in, we went straight to the back. And these 3 armed guards gave us a huge package of toilet paper. And then I said, we got to get out of here. The under 60 people are arriving. The senior hour was over. So we went home. But before we went home, we went to the bank and we did everything right. We wore our masks, we wore our gloves. We went into the bank and they just drew their money at us. And so we came home and we washed our hands and we laundered the money. I think that must be my time.
Yay!
All right.
Pat Griffin, yeah, Pat. Yeah, I thought you were asking how much time you had left for real, because we have a rule here that if you ask how much time you have left, it's always 1 minute remaining, no matter what.
1 minute.
No matter what, baby.
No matter what.
Win that game, Mark.
I like it.
It just broke up there. Guys, we're going to keep rolling. Our next comedian is actually local, meaning he's actually seen Reed, so he got some more jokes than everybody else did. He got the references. Please welcome Mike Picurl.
Whoa.
Hey. Good to be here. I got a new job recently. I teach abstinence to dogs. All I'm saying is, like, you don't have to like spay or neuter your pets. There's a more Christian way of doing it. I went to get my hair cut the other day, and I asked for a to-go bag, and the hairdresser looked like I'm crazy. Like, she's just leaving perfectly good hair on the floor. Like, strands 4 million through 4,005,682. Those are my favorite strands of hair. You know what I mean? Anyway, when I was growing up, my dad used to tell me that God knew every hair on my head. Knew exactly how much hair was on my head. And yet, when I hung out with God at that carnival, he couldn't guess how many jelly beans were in that jar. So, I don't know. Have you guys ever been so angry in traffic it's giving you the illusion that your life has any meaning? Me neither. I actually, I got invited to a Christian improv show the other day.
Gross.
Jeez.
Yeah, my sentiments.
There's no God at an improv show.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
The ironic thing being is that the fact that Christian improv exists means that a just and loving God probably doesn't. I mean, like, I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way. Like, I don't know if I believe in God or not. I really don't. All I'm saying is that if there is a God, it really doesn't seem like he believes in me either. Whenever people are talking about God, it always just seems like they're trying to sell you like afterlife insurance. Like, what are you going to do when you die? Hopefully nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Kind of my hope. Like, I don't know. Like, rest assured, though, I'm not going to be one of those chumps that dies doing what he loves. I'm going to die doing what I hate. Dying I don't know. I hope there's no afterlife. You know what I mean? I just, the fact that I could possibly be reunited with all of my family, guys. If I die and go to heaven, my entire family is there. I'm going to kill myself. That's, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm a child of wishing my parents got divorced. Happened when I was 7. It was pretty traumatic because no matter what, they just kept going. Years later, they told my brother and sister and I that they wanted to stay together for us. And all I have to say to that is, at least children of divorce get told it's not their fault. Like, I'm the reason my parents stayed together. That's quite the problem. You know what I mean? Like, Buddy's parents split up when I was little, and he got 2 Christmases, and all I got from my parents staying together was a little sister. So, but it's not entirely their fault. Like, they just got married at a time when you found the person that hated you the most, and you just stayed with them for life. You know, because you had to prove to them that you're a good person. I'll leave you guys with this. It's been really fun to be here tonight. It's been a lot of fun. But I did get some bad news recently. I just found out I was kicked out of school. I was in an analogy school, which, if you think about it, is kind of like I guess I'm never gonna know.
That's a brilliant joke. That's a fucking brilliant joke.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mike, girl, yes, Mike.
Yeah, woo!
Shit.
Keeping the dream alive, but guess what? We're gonna go to comedians across the U.S. as well that are on the list right now. So this is pretty exciting. Our next comedian, I think, is out of Texas, right? Please welcome Lorena Abreu.
Woo!
Yeah.
Back and great. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry, so a little bit out of it. I'm sleep deprived and slightly deranged because mom, not of a human baby, so God no, of a baby bird. Some of you guys saw him earlier, but he's sleeping now, so I'll put up a picture. Hey!
Yeah.
So it's not that much different. You know, it's pretty much the same as taking care of being a human. The only difference is that there's no gender reveal party because I don't know what the fuck that is. But I find myself automatically referring to him as a he because, you know, internalized patriarchy. Anyway, so yeah, he's here because a hurricane came through and knocked him out of his nest, and my useless dogs picked him up and gently brought him right over to me. Like, I don't think my dogs have any predatory instincts anymore. They're so spoiled. Like, my dogs always bark at the pizza guy, and the one day one of them actually got out and ran up to him, he just froze. He just choked. Like, I never planned on making it this far. What do I do now? Which, you know, as a millennial, hit a little close. But I digress. For the life of this like helpless thing, and it actually turns out that I'm a pretty great baby bird caretaker because I'm already used to getting constantly shit on. But it was tough, you know, like it wasn't easy. The first thing I did, just like any mom, was way too much research. Bird species, optimal nesting temperature, syringe versus seeds. I was just all over the place. But like I figured out how to make a homemade seed meal, but it took me 3 days to realize that I could put on a towel instead of just letting the guy shit all over me. Oh. I also learned, so it's really awkward being here with myself, but I learned much just from the little guy himself. Like, for example, I learned that birds love doing this thing called perching, which is what he's doing right there. They love hanging out on my shoulder just when I walk around. Like, I guess when you can't fly, it must be the next best thing. And I've just accepted the poop that comes with it. Again, you know, also like other moms, I don't have shame anymore. I just want to poop on me for everyone to see. And when I say everyone, I mean no one. We're in quarantine. You know, having something that constantly depends on me has actually been really good for my chronic loneliness. I also learned that you have to force feed baby birds. So this guy will just open his super wide and just be like, ah, and you have to do all the work for them. You have to shove it down in there. And I was like, wow, what a great attitude to have. I like it. Like next time I'm getting down with my boyfriend, I'm just gonna be like, oh, and he's gonna be like, babe, are you waiting for something? No, I'm doing the baby bird, okay? You do all the work, just shove it in. I'm here. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Emily. You know, and something else I learned is that I am definitely going to be a helicopter parent. You know, if I have a human offspring. Like on day one, I tried being really detached and being like, well, try not to die. But as soon as they looked like they had a fighting chance, I was like, are they okay? Are they cold? Are they hot? In the middle of the night, I'll get up like 4 or 5 times and it's not even crying or anything. I can't even imagine with a human baby. Like, how are all moms not just insane? But thankfully, it's only temporary. I'll only have the guy until he flies away in the next couple of days. And I'll be really sad. Other moms say like, oh, we're empty nesters. And I'll be like, no, I'm an empty nest. I'm a literal empty nester. Okay, you don't know what it's like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay!
Lorena.
That was great.
Okay. The bird had to go to bed. The bird had to go to sleep. Guys, I do want to remind everybody that and where's Mike Coffey's at? You remember when we remember when we invented the fastest minute in comedy a few years ago, probably.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go.
We had it's just so everyone knows where it came from. We kind of had like a hot room, right? And it was a short list. There's maybe like 8 or 10 comics, and there was as many people as comics, and they like the comedy was done, and that was it. And they were just like, "We want more comedy," and I'm like, "Well, I don't really want to do a full list again."
Right. Yes, we didn't want to go through another 45-minute set. We were like, how about you all get a minute instead? And they're like, yeah, we could do that.
Without Story, we did a speed minute. I think we went through it twice. We'll do that tonight. If you stick around to the end of the set, you can do a speed minute. We've been doing it. It's been very fun. It's worked on Zoom pretty well. I think Mike, there was one time where I think we did it like 3 or 4 times at the end of the mic when people were just rowdy and out of control. We just let it go one time. Sometimes we'll do it within 30 seconds.
Especially because like I know a few nights what would happen is, like you said, there might be 8 or 10 people left for the first round of it, and then like, you know, there'd definitely be people there, especially at the beginning, who didn't. After we started it, they didn't know that it was going to happen because it was their first time seeing it. They're like, "What is this?" And they were kind of unexpected, and like they'd go up and do it, and then they'd leave, and then like maybe after 8 or 10 people doing a round of fastest minute, you'd have like 5 or 6 people left, and we'd be like, "You guys want to do another minute?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, let's do it," you know, because we were having such a good time with it. It was a blast. It's always a blast, the fastest minute.
We did it was recently, and I can't remember if you were there, when one time nobody would fucking calm down before the mic. Like people were just like talking and like horse playing and being really annoying, and I couldn't get them to calm down. So I just said, we're just starting with the fucking fastest minute until you guys get all your energy out. And then I just ran through the list as many times as I could, and I think we did it like 4 or 5 or 6 times. It was about 2 hours of fastest minute just nonstop.
Oh God!
Yeah, no one did.
Is Bob here still? I was gonna say we had like Bob. Who did Bob do like the roast session with? Where like him and another comic there were just they used their fastest minute to go back and forth at each other. So we just basically whittled it down to those two, and we let them do like 8 or 10 rounds of a fastest minute, and just gave them like it basically turned into a 1-minute roast session between.
It was Faison Hussein. And he won the so I think I won that.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I went round for round with an actual rapist. So if people don't think I'm a good guy, fuck them.
I want to point out,
Bob. The sad thing is, people still like him more than you. You know.
Fair, here's the thing. He's a rapist. He's a rapist, but he was a male feminist before that, and so he's somehow less likable as a male feminist.
I just like that Bob.
Some women have a rape fantasy, but no woman has a male feminist fantasy.
Bob, you're making fun of a male feminist, and all I can see on your shirt is Mean Boys.
Okay. they're now defunct because they're a thing I like.
Yeah, you deserve it. Bob.
Why isn't Tool defunct yet?
Well, they waited 13 years to come out with an album, okay? That's defunct for most people.
I forgot to talk about the fastest been on the top. I just want to talk about it for a second, but we're going to keep rolling through the list. We got a list to get through, then we can get there. Please welcome Kelly Zemnicki's.
Hello, everybody. Hi. So I'm coming to you from Toronto. So hello from your upstairs neighbor. Anyone here watch like those home renovation shows like Love It or List It?
Yep.
That kind. Yeah. I actually work on Love It or List It. I do post-production on the show, and I am convinced, because I see like all the raw footage. I see way more than you guys see. I am convinced these couples need therapy way more than they need a new house. It is crazy. It is crazy. I'm thinking I'm going to pitch to HGTV. I'll let you know what I've got. I'm thinking I'm going to pitch like Dr. Phil's House Hunter. I think Dr. Phil's House Hunters could work. He'd like take them through the tour of the building and point out stuff like, hey, so here's the kitchen. And that would be a perfect place to put the kitchen table where you two can talk about the fact that you haven't slept together in 6 months. It could work. I think it would be great. So as you guys know, my name is Kelly Zemnickas, and here are 2 fun facts about myself. I have an unremarkable vagina and a bulky uterus. Woo! Isn't that awesome? Yeah. That taught me a lesson of not to go to my family doctor to ask for fun facts to add to my Tinder profile. I didn't need to know that, man. Did not need to know that. I kind of feel like my doctor was basically telling me my vagina has a great personality. I don't know sense about that. I like her. She's fun. That's kind of weird. It's weird times right now, dating during the pandemic. I mean, dating was weird before COVID, but it's kind of strange now being on the dating apps. Don't really know why I'm on a dating app at the moment, but I did come across the profile of a guy who said that for his final meal, he would like a salad. He wants to leave this world on a leafy green, which is crazy. I think I know why he's single. That's a terrible choice, man. That's awful. I don't know. Maybe the guy's trying to fast track his way to hell, possibly. Not sure. Because I feel like hell would be a giant salad bar, personally. I do. There's no sneeze guard. There's no tongs. You have to use your hands. And every time you arrive, they have just run out of dressing. I feel like, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's hell, personally speaking. Speaking of dating apps, though, I just saw a commercial for this dating app that's for people over 50, just for people over 50. And then the commercial ended with a notice saying you have to be 18 to join. I don't have a joke for that. I was just confused. That was funny. Wasn't that obvious? I don't know. But that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks so much, Mark, for having me.
Yay!
Yeah.
Like, I want to move into one of those 55 plus communities so bad. Like, do you really have to be 55 plus? Like, they take some people in their 30s. They have to take like 2 in their 30s.
Yeah,
I'd go.
My neighborhood is literally like, if they made a human breeding program, I live inside it. It's amazing. Like couples enter and then they leave with like 2 kids within 1 year. That's not physically possible, and they still do it. I don't know how it's going. I meant to just keep tearing through the list so I could keep doing this. Where is our next comic? Oh, there he is. Please welcome Michael Cooper.
Hey y'all, how's it going? Yeah, so this is fun. I'm I'm super psyched. 6 years was a long fucking time to keep a mic going, so congrats on that. And now I'm just gonna move into my set because I don't understand how it is folks are fussing about gyms being closed Like, if you're trying to go to the gym during a respiratory pandemic, you have to start admitting that that's not about your health. Like, you should not walk out of a gym during a respiratory pandemic, see a guy like me smoking, and talk shit. Like, no, sir. No, ma'am. You are not in that gym because you care about your health. You were definitely 120% there because of some shit your dad said to you in the mid-90s, you know? Like, I get it. Like, I hate when I go fishing and I catch everything except for my father's love, okay? I'm not going to insist on using a communal shower that will murder me. As a result, that's not going to happen. You would go to the, it's for my mental health. See, it's for my mental health. Well, that's called therapy. Okay, that's called therapy. And the best part is you don't have to use a shower that 12 other people have used that day after therapy. In fact, the only person who really needs a shower after therapy is usually the therapist.
That's true.
Hey, do y'all think R. Kelly just did all that shit to get a cabinet position? I'm trying to understand all these doctors in my life, you know? Like, there was one apparently epidemiologist, you know, at the store who was scared enough to hoard supplies, but wasn't scared enough to, you know, stand over there. Like, away from me. How healthy do I look? I look like I've been sharing needles because I can't figure out how meth works. I'm 33 and polyamorous, which is just a very long way of saying I'm tired. When I tell people I'm polyamorous, a lot of them have questions, but like, I had questions when I was monogamous. Questions like, hey, who's that guy? My friends got mad at me after that breakup. They're like, Michael, stop fucking your ex. Michael, stop hooking up with your ex. She cheated. And that is good advice. But it's like they say, you can lead a horse to water. You can't stop a horse from fucking its ex-girlfriend. I'm gonna leave y'all with this, because this was the joke that, like, this the first time I did this joke the right way was at Reed's.
Yeah.
I did it off and on for 5 years. My brother's a cop back home in Alabama. He was going to come to Chicago to do it, but they wouldn't hire him. They said he didn't have enough video editing experience.
Oh, nice.
Like, that joke has worked for me for 4 years now, and it might not have happened if it wasn't for y'all's weekly open mic. So thanks so much.
Yay!
We wrote that joke. We wrote that.
Mark, I gotta say it. 2020 isn't all bad news. It isn't all bad news because Michael Cooper somehow got 5 minutes of material recently. Honestly, Coop's been one of the best people I've seen adapt to this whole Zoom thing, man. Some great shit, Coop.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
He's better when you don't have to smell him. I don't know.
Oh man!
I'm just kidding.
He's got a real face for Zoom. He's got a real face for Zoom.
Is he the pig pen of the comedy scene?
Is what?
The pig pen of the comedy scene?
No,
no, the comedy scene is the pig pen of the comedy scene.
I was gonna say, you better be.
Yeah, the picture of the comedy scene is right next to you, Ariel. I am a distant second.
Michael Cooper looks like the guy in the old Mountain Dew cans if he was a real person.
Michael Cooper looks like an old prospector that doesn't believe in gold.
It's all about copper. You gotta get copper.
He pants for gold and then redistributes the wealth.
I'm missing
Cooper looks like he's supposed to be. Cooper looks like he's supposed to be one of the dwarves in the Lord of the Rings without makeup on.
Oh.
Kevin's the dude who specifically frightens the dwarves.
Mike's the only guy in the comedy
all the
scene.
dwarves. Like, I'm gonna go.
Mike's the only guy in the comedy scene I can make fun of for his teeth.
Missed you guys. Miss you.
Oh, I miss everybody. I miss
Look, y'all, I got a 401k now.
I like that.
He's all like, "You think my teeth are bad? I'll get new ones, motherfucker."
It's my $100 dick.
Kevin,
y'all, I got a good copay.
Kevin, the new rule is Kevin can't roast anyone if he's not on camera. I keep trying to put him on camera, but
sorry,
you can't be hiding off camera and roast anybody. That's new rules.
You can't see me, and you look
We
like.
got a man on the street here. Look at this guy. He's
Whoa!
He's getting the sounds of the fucking birds out here. Look at this.
They're taking it to the people.
He's pulling a Tristan A. Smith.
Kevin on the street.
Hey! Look! I'm at a funeral home. It's right. It's where Bob's act should be right now. Yeah, there you go.
That's where the music you play on the radio goes with your hoobastank playing ass.
Kevin's just standing at the funeral home during a pandemic because he knows he'll finally get an audience.
Okay, I'm gonna
tired of watching people play on Zoom. He has to watch it in real life.
Reel it in, Mark. Reel it in.
This is gonna be good. I'm reeling it in, guys. We got to keep moving. That's this minute, you guys. We're just gonna roast the shit out of each other. We already have established that. In the meantime, our next comedian, Faisal Malik.
Woo!
Looking for him. It's taking me a second. I got him. There he is. Thank you.
So,
Faisal.
So I was at a comedy show recently performing. This woman kept yelling my name. Last time I heard a woman say my name that many times was in the bedroom. It was my mother. I'm a clean comic, you perverts. Get your mind out of the gutter. I love being single. Benefits of being single are that it gives my family something to talk about. I get the whole blanket to myself. And I never have to go to baby showers.
Yeah.
The other day, an attractive woman said something to me that was such a turn on. She said, "I would like to understand your religion more." I don't go to bars or clubs because I don't drink alcohol. So if I was to go to one, I might as well be an Uber driver. My 2020 goal is to accomplish so much that the best thing that happened to me was COVID-19. I'm going to talk about how having a killer work ethic can be a weakness. So I met this girl I liked. She was smart. We had a similar sense of humor, which is huge for a comedian. And she wasn't just successful. She was a lawyer that got O.J. Simpson innocent successful. It was her B-day. So I got to step it up. First gift was something that would make her heart melt. Card with a cat on it. Women love cats almost as much as guys love not being asked by their wife if she was fat. Then I thought, what if she didn't get the card? Gift number 2. Based on my conversation with her, I bought a gift for her that I thought would be super romantic. An ebook on finance. Perfect gift for her if I was her CPA. Gift number 3. I got to smooth out this geekiness by getting her a promo video, by making a promo motivational video about her. That motivated her to lose interest in me. 3 gifts is too many gifts unless you're a woman with 3 different personalities. Then it's expected. It's crazy that I used to be an accountant, but now I recruit med school students. Almost as crazy as meeting a woman that's now madly in love with me because I sent her an intro message that said more than hey. My mom, who's Muslim, was very dependent on me. And that was hard because she would stress anytime I wanted to play sports. Faisal, if you played football and get hurt, then who would bring in the groceries? I replied, Allah will. I never block an ex on social media because I want her to see how successful I will be. Hashtag savage. She can block me on social media, but she can't block me on Netflix. I once had it. So here's my I'm trying to do this tutorial on a makeup tip for women, and because I look like a doctor. So this makeup tip is you don't need any makeup, women. You're already pretty the way you are. If a guy asks you to wear makeup, make him pay for it, and then tell him to buy a mask of me because you need to be with a real man. As you can tell, COVID-19's got me thirsty also. All right, you guys have been a great crowd. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I just want to point out that was a comedian coming out of Florida. One more time for Faisal.
Florida.
Yay! Hot spot, man. That's a COVID hot spot. That's what we're doing.
A hot spot for auto failure.
Hot spot for hurricanes and COVID, and we'll see what wins, and it will be COVID. I guarantee you that. Hurricane ain't gonna kill it. We're gonna keep rolling through, guys. Fastest minute is gonna be coming up soon. I will bring up a co-host in a minute as well, but in the meantime, welcome someone that's been a big friend of the virtual room as well, all the way from the Chicagoland area of Indiana. Hey there.
Area.
Yeah. Hey.
EC Dub.
EC Dub. EC Dub. I'm generally an awkward person. I think I'm doing a good job of presenting that. And I think it might get me to get my ass kicked one day. I say that because I was at a protest recently up in Logan Square. The one of those that they're just going to play loud music to piss off the neighbors. I was there to walk because I'm really good at walking. Like ever since protests have been going on in 2020, my Fitbit's been fantastic. But that was a night they just played a lot of music, and I don't dance. So, but I do things like edit video. So I was filming a little bit, and then I put Bluetooth headphones in my ears to work on footage. And then I take one Bluetooth headphone out to hear that there is somebody in the crowd who is a possible cop wearing a wire. Wearing a blue shirt and a red bandana. And as I looked down at a blue shirt and red bandana that I was wearing, I immediately thought, oh shit. So I had to immediately run and let people know I'm not a cop. I just have Bluetooth headphones. And then I just got eyed the whole time. That's not a joke. I'm venting, I guess. I was eating the other day. I was eating Puerto Rican rice with chopsticks, but instead of chopsticks, I had eaten 2 popsicles earlier, so I was using the popsicle sticks. And I find that's a really good way to be cultured and complete white trash at the same time. I heard there's a Chicago strand of COVID, COVID-19. And does that Chicago strand clear out the antibodies in your system and then take 2 pieces of furniture out to make sure that no other diseases claim those spots?
That's funny.
Thank you.
Dibs.
I got a call. Apparently, I'm going to have a therapist soon. You're welcome. And before we set up a meeting, I had told him that I think I have an intense ADHD. I don't think that. I know that. But I learned about a certain symptom of it. And I brought it up with him, and he's like, I never heard about it. Where did you hear about this? And I had to admit to him, I heard it on a TikTok video. So if I have a mental health success through a TikTok video, somehow I'm going to be even more disappointed in myself. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, great seeing Nathan. Nathan's been he's been hanging out after the mics too. It's been a fun time. I've been learning a lot about wrestling from him. So maybe I won't be so anti-wrestling jokes. Unlike my co-host, I'm gonna introduce my co-host. He's been helping virtually for the last few months. It's been nice to have him. Please welcome Pratik Srivastava.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What up? What up? What up? Thank you, guys. Give it up for Mark real quick, you guys.
Mike.
He's the maestro.
Yeah, Mark.
He's the Jeff Dunham. He's the Mark Wahlberg. Like he's the whole package. He is the maestro of this room. This is awesome. Reed's was cool too. I got this little Reed's cozy that Mark got me at one of the 5 different jobs he's gotten me over the years. I love that, man. I love the decor. Reed's decor is like and this is for like the 5 people that would know. Reed's decor is like every divorced dad's basement apartment. I love it. Just pinball machines and VHS tapes and $2 beer. That's every divorced dad's apartment. This is awesome. No promise. Yeah, he's going to work for the Rainforest Cafe. That was the code word I was thinking of using, but he's just saying what he's going to work. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm wearing the shirt from the job we got, by the way. Fast Model. Big up to Fast Model. That fucking startup like sports satorium type fucking thing in the Wrigley building, by the way. We had full view of the Trump Tower. It was fucking amazing. Love that place. So much free food there. It was and I love how Mark would have work to do, but then he'd come into like the room that me and Dan Weber had, and Mark would just come in there and hang out all day. I love it. It's great. Mark doesn't have work to do. he could just kill time sitting with us talking about what happened at Reed's the night before. So I love this man. I will do whatever he ever asked me to do. This is awesome. Good to be here at an open because let's be honest here, guys. Hosting an open mic is a thankless job. Like I know this because when I actually hosted a real mic at Driftwood Bar, I got a 5-month coke problem out of it. That's how bad it's not easy to host a fucking open mic, you guys. And so this is great. He's doing well. He doesn't have drug problems that we know of. He does have a piñata problem from the Reeds local. Love those things. I've learned so much at the Reeds local tap. This fun simulation experience has been good. I've learned about Mark's Paul Giamatti impression. I think that was pretty cool. If you want to give it to us, Mark, real quick, it's such a long impression. I know it'll take you so long to do it.
Paul Giamatti. Fuck!
It was great. That was a good impression from the hit movie Big Fat Liar on Nickelodeon. Hey. Directed by Brian Robbins, who created Head of the Class. If anyone remembers that, hell yeah. Head of the Class is available for DVD in my beard. You can buy 99-cent DVDs. Bob Keane is on again, I think, because I like how Bob Keane switched his camera off. Like, what do you have better to do, Bob Keane? You have nothing better to do. This is the first time you don't stand up in 6 months. Like, let's be honest here.
No, I do it in person because I'm an awful person.
And also, mics are terrible. So it's fun. I will say this. Bob Keane has killed once. He killed at Michael Shapiro's funeral in Skokie, Illinois. He killed that set, you guys. He killed at a funeral. It was great. It was the best part about anytime, by the way, an actual comedian passes away, the best part is Chicago comedians are so slimy. They will pass out their business cards at the funerals. And this is not even a reference to one.
It was a memorial.
This is a reference to multiple people's. This didn't just happen one time, Tristan. This happened at multiple people's things. It happened at a memorial at a bar. It happened at the Laugh Factory. It happened at the Skokie funeral for Michael Shapiro. It's happened all over the place. It is.
I forgot my cards.
It is sad. Hey, I want to get booked on Comedians You Know, so I'll be at the funeral. Like, get the fuck out of here. All these fucking God. Comedians
It's with MySpace.
It is the MySpace of MySpace. It is, and it's not even a Chicago problem. This is all over the country. So yeah, we have a great art form that we do, and we love it. And I will say this: since COVID has started, I have stopped drinking. I have lost weight. I've not eaten any fast food. I've grown this killer beard out. I've saved money too. Who knew all it would take with me stopping following my dreams? Who knew that's all it would take? Cut out art forms and creative outlets, right? Fuck that. By the way, it's not that Zoom comedy isn't comedy, but you know what it is? It's the vegan bacon of comedy, you guys. It's here, it's present, but it's not as good as the real fucking thing. God damn it. All right. I've yelled enough. Big ups to Mark Hornbeck for letting me do 30 minutes in between every comic at this open mic. Yeah. That's every open mic I've hosted ever. Hey, how about that? At least there's no one item minimum at this open mic. Fuck Patsy's. Fuck that shit.
Oh,
I'm glad that
shit.
God damn it.
Patsy's.
That place. We got to bring that up. This is inside this is what is this? This is inside baseball, you guys. That
Inside baseball.
Going, gone. All right. Your next performer coming to this age. Hopefully he wasn't going, gone by the 30 minutes I did in this intro, but give it up right now for a fun simulation regular, or maybe it's his first time. We don't know. It's a grab bag night. Give it up for Marcel Neal.
Woo!
Get in there.
How y'all doing? This is actually my first time.
Hey!
Yay!
Woo!
Yeah. So, so let's see. I guess, yeah, how bad is this pandemic, right? Like this shit sucked, you know? It's harder than a desperate actress meeting with Harvey Weinstein, you know? Like, it's really bad. It sucks harder than a desperate actress meeting with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did hear it. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Sorry, no, I'm joking. So here we go. Yeah, man. So out of all the stuff that's going on, you know, you feel bad for a lot of people. I feel bad for David Spade, you know. Like, I was a fan of his show on Comedy Central. The pandemic happened. Now we telling jokes from the bunker, you know. It went from lights out with David Spade to lights out on David Spade. And, you know, not sure he deserved that. Yeah, I was just thinking like about NASCAR, right? That was something. Back in the day, they said they was gonna take some of the Confederate flags down from their events, you know, and I was cool with that. But you know, like as a gamer, I felt like I'm probably not gonna get that Call of Duty Civil War that I've been pining for. Like, could you imagine playing that shit online? People will be playing that shit with a passion, man. And like, messed up. Because, you know, black soldiers, they'll be on there, they'll have fucked up catchphrases like, hey, I had one leg before the war. You know, as a runner. You know, so, all right, I'm going to get a little deep. I'm the type of person, not real big on relationships. I would probably be the type of person that object in my own wedding. You know, like, if you don't think this should happen, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'd be like, y'all ain't gonna say shit. You know what? Like, these things look fun on TV, but yeah, I gotta bounce, man. I ain't doing this. You know, it's crazy because it's like, I gotta be honest, you know, man, like marriage, like from my point of view, man, it looked like a real nice opportunity for us to get married, you know. And she stopped sucking dick 6 years in and then leave with half of my shit when I try to go get a blowj on the side, you know? No. Yeah. So it's crazy though, man. And I feel like, you know, Cause like guys, we get married for different reasons, you know what I mean? Cause like women, they get married for security, you know. Guys, we get married out of obligation, you know. It's never like you never hear your friends, you never with your friends on a dude's night out. They like, hey, I met this girl, man. I'm in love. You know, when they talk about they gonna get married, they be like, it's obligatory. They like, yeah, man. Well, we've been together for a long time. She deserves that. Like, well, she's pregnant, you know, so we should that. Like it's crazy. It's never like it's never like out of love. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we want love and companionship though, but I feel like you know, like the whole thing is crazy. And I feel like, you know, women, they get romantic on their terms. You know what I mean? Like they want the rose petals, the champagne, and the lingerie. You know what I mean? Like fuck that shit. You know, you can meet me with a too big tank top and a motherfucking bonnet. You know, like. And then see, y'all probably don't know about bonnet culture, but every girl with a bonnet, she got that white one with the polka dots. I mean, the red one with the white polka dots. You know, you ever got some bonnet head with the red one and the white polka dots? That shit bouncing up and down like a mushroom from Super Mario. Yeah, that's all my time, man. Thank you.
Hey, give it up, Marcel. Hell yeah.
Hilarious.
Woo! And first time in the room. Look at that, Mark.
Yay.
After 6 years, you're still bringing in brand new people every fucking week. That's how popular this mic is. Hell yeah. This is great. And hey, real quick, for everybody, let's give it up for all the special guests we had up top. That was cool. Mike Coffey, he's still here. I love Mike Coffey. Good to see you, sir.
It was good to see you too, Pratik.
You're a good dude, man. I love you. You look like a buff art school teacher in middle school. I love this man. Man is awesome. I hope you get to intro some people. Stick around for the fastest minute. This is great. This is a big old party. Let's keep it going. Your next performer, hey, he's a regular of this room. I know because I added him on Facebook after the mic last week, so he is a regular. You've been here 1 week. You become a regular of this mic. Give it up for Doug Wanderisky.
Woo!
Thank you, sir. So lately, I've been spending a lot of time out in my garden plot and growing a lot of rainbow Swiss chard. And no, it's not called rainbow Swiss chard because gays and lesbians like to eat it. It's called rainbow Swiss chard because there's a lot of different colors in the stems. Also, I've been growing a lot of basil. Yeah, basil. Actually, that reminds me of a friend of mine from my high school days. We used to call him Basil Head. We called him Basil Head because he used to smoke his mom's basil whenever we would run out of pot. Yeah, he was something else. Old Basil Head. Also, I'm growing cucumbers. I'm getting a lot of cucumbers, and I'm getting pretty big cucumbers. And for you ladies out there that really enjoy cucumbers, if you know what I'm saying, I can hook you up, give you some, or whatever. Yeah, my zucchini, by the way. If you like, if size really does matter, get with me about my zucchini. Anyways, there's a new beer out that's called it's Busch Light Apple, right?
Ooh,
and I'm really
God.
enjoying it. I like it a lot, and basically, I like my Busch Light like my penis likes his pies. Apple. Okay, now don't get. I'm not like. This isn't like insight into my life at home. Okay, I'm not pulling a American Pie, and I'm not like like giving it to a pie or whatever, right? Or I'm not giving it to an apple pie. It's like I just say that for shits and giggles. Don't get shit twisted. Okay, actually, it's a French silk pie from Baker Square. Shout out to Baker Square. Yeah, it just feels a lot better. Okay, that's another one for shits and giggles. I don't do stuff like that. And actually, like these days, I haven't been. Unfortunately, I haven't been sticking my penis into anything. So. But has anyone ever been out in public wearing your sneakers and did the old you take a step and you do like you make like tweaks with your sneakers, like you're out playing hoops on a basketball court. But have you ever done that, like, and your buddy's next to you, you're out in public somewhere, you do that and you look at him and you go, "Hit me, man, I'm open." Well, I have. Okay, has anybody ever been a regular at a bar or a restaurant that happen to have really good cheese balls, sausage balls, or like any kind of balls that are edible for the matter, that happen to have a bartender or server that would say to you, "Would you like to have your balls in?" Well, I have, and I would reply with, "Yes, I would like my balls in, and also I would like an O word." I would occasionally say, I would also like an O word. And so don't get shit twisted with this one. When I say O word, I'm not referring to an orgasm or whatever. I'm referring to, it's basically AKA O'Doul's, right? And then when I'm asked, if I would like them to put my balls in, they were not referring to cheese nuts. They were referring to my cheese balls. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Plastic
Oh, fucking-
simulation.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we're gonna give. Yeah.
Okay, am I bringing him up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, your next performer coming to the stage. You can see him puking outside of bars all over town. Give it up right now for the Keen himself, Bob Keane.
Yeah, back again.
Yeah, it's great to be here. So I'm telling you, welcome to Zoom comedy. It's like jerking off to porn, but you're worried if the girl on screen is coming. Oh God, this is diet rice cakes. I hate everything about this other than the absolute comfort I'm in not having to smell you people. Guys, shit, let's just run into what it is. I'm very disappointed in this apocalypse. I'm not impressed. I've been playing Fallout games for years. I expected fireworks, right? But like, shit's going weird. It's just, I don't know. When you think about this, like this pandemic is making me, at the very least, I believe in God again. Like, I think God's real, just because there's war, pestilence, plague, locusts. We have locusts again. Do you realize locusts? Have you looked up locusts? They're just grasshoppers, but like they rub together and they get a bunch of serotonin working, and then they change into locusts. That means Transformers are real. Okay? Transformers are real, and they're basically just grasshoppers on Molly. It's fucked. Okay? We got locust, war, pestilence. God is back, and he's playing the hits. It's fucked. Yeah, I'm sitting here acting like I'm happy about all this. When I first went to Reed's, I'm like, man, this place is a pretty scummy place to have an open mic. 6 years later, it's managed to trade down. And I'm still here. Like, I have a root canal en route, but this is the thing that's pissing me off. Fuck. I have found love. I have a girlfriend right here, and I found.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Link if you need help.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm so glad I got with her, though. Like, by the first week of quarantine, I was done jerking off. I'd had enough, right? The belt starts to chafe, you know? And in a related story, I had my first experience with a squirter. Yeah. You guys know about squirters, right? You know, the girl you fuck in the morning and you're playing Russian roulette with her bladder. The first time I encountered a squirter, I was surprised 2 times. First, I was surprised that it wasn't just piss, right? But the second surprise was that I wouldn't have cared if it was. It's amazing. Yeah, it's like, you ever spill coffee on your lap? Imagine that, but affirmation. That's what a squirter's like for those of us who have never made a woman come. There's most of us in here. I'm going to look at my notes because this is what you people deserve. I've been listening to a lot of my favorite band, Tool. Anybody here like? Yeah. Anybody here know about Tool? For those of you unfamiliar with Tool, just imagine if Pink Floyd really needed to come. That's like Tool. The lead singer is Maynard, my favorite singer. But I understand if you listen to him, he's basically Beyonce for incels. He's like if Joe Rogan had a rhythm. It's crazy. Tool is like what Rush was to cocaine. Tool is to guys who smoked salvia once in 2011. Not a lot of salvia guys, no problem. Like, I don't know. The world's fucked. The racial stuff is going on now. All the riots, Black Lives Matter, and I really hate amongst white people. Wokeness has become some kind of competition, which I hate. I hate that it's become a competition because I already won. I'm already the winner of the white woke competition because I have gotten a white woman to cheat on her fiance who had a Black Lives Matter, or I'm sorry, a Blue Lives Matter.
Wow, dude.
I could go the other way. I've got the look for it. No, I got a girl who had a fiance with a Blue Lives Matter tattoo to cheat on him, fall in love with me, and ruin her credit loving me. Okay?
Yeah.
What have you done, white allies?
Yeah, Bobo.
I'm not sure if I got the light, but you're welcome.
There is no light.
I was gonna say, it would have been better if he had a Blue Lives Matter tattoo and you got her to cheat on him with a black guy, like not you, Bob.
Well, I'm close enough, man. I used to play bass guitar.
I want to be clear that joke is not about
Yeah,
me.
she wasn't that one.
Okay, so we're gonna clarify that is not about
That
her.
was not about her.
Thank
That-
Mark.
Yes.
Real quick. I love how Bob Keane is so woke that he referred to all the protest stuff as the race stuff, the race black stuff.
I was thinking that too.
Well, guess what? I think
That's
our next
still
comedian,
the least racist thing he could have said to
our
describe.
next comedian's got a rebuttal. I think I'm not sure, but maybe. Please welcome. I'm very happy. He was always a big friend of the room in person, and now online he's been a great friend of the Zoom room too. So Tristan A. Smith out of Chicago.
The Zoom room.
Hey, give it up for Mark and Mike
I like
and
your hair.
Pratik for doing this. Thank you. Is that Laura who said that?
Yes. Sorry
Okay,
to heckle.
sweet. No, you're fine.
Hecklement.
All right. I went on a date recently. I went on a date for the first time during this pandemic,
Woo!
and I realized trying to date during a pandemic, like that means I now know I'm willing to die for sex. Like I know that for sure now. Like I might have guessed in the past, but I'm positive that I would die for sex. And because I also realized she does not like me the same way, my dick is not worth respiratory illness. I also found that out for sure too. Like I know I don't have COVID dick. I have at best I've got like common cold dick. Like I know that's a certified fact. That's a sad realization to come to. Oh god, I didn't even mean to say come to. That was honestly like a legit fuck up of words. All right, anyway, what do I really want to talk about? Like Bob was talking about, there've been a lot of protests lately. We're both in Chicago. There've been a ton of protests, and the first day of protests though, it was crazy in Chicago. It was on a Saturday, and the protests were in downtown Chicago. They were a block away from my job. That's the actual truth. They were a block away from my job. And it's a weird thing. Like I was watching the protests on television, and all of a sudden I see the protest start to become a riot. I see people start to like break windows and stuff. They start to like break into stores, steal shoes out of the Nike store. They break into a bank, and all of a sudden they're walking closer to my job. And it's a very weird thing to watch a Black Lives Matter riot become a protest become a riot, and then root for them to fuck up your job so you can get more time off work. That's a weird thing to have to root. like I've never willed a protest to like destroy my because honestly, like the thing I was thinking was like if they break into my job, the hood has iPads for years. Like that's what I wanted to have happen, because like it's a win-win. The hood gets iPads and I get like at least another month off. Also, I really like low key. I wanted them to burn my job to the ground because then I get the rest of the year off. Like it's a very weird thing to watch news and like be hoping they fuck up your shit. All right, nobody's on my side for that. Thank you. I got a question for the audience. Is there anybody that you're hoping dies at the end of this? Like any like person that you know that you want to die? All right, nobody's willing to admit that's the people they want dead. I got to be real quiet about this because I'm in the room next to.
I'm trying to die. I was on mute. I'm the one trying to die.
Is it Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's reasonable. And I'm sure if I ask Ariel, she'll say you too.
Oh yeah, I'd also like for you to kill Bob. Is that what we're talking about?
Hey.
Well, okay. Nonetheless, the people I want to die, I want my roommate and his kids to die. Now that sounds awful. I actually like my roommate. He's a good guy. We get along very well. We're actually really good friends. But I can live without those kids. And I think it'd be terrible to have a parent outlive their children. So I want them all to die in order to have them be happier. Like I think that's the nicer thing. And honestly, that's a sacrifice for me too, because I can't afford this place. I can't afford this place by myself, but I would be willing to do that for their happiness. So if anything, I'm the one who's really losing out. Also, I used to live with Michael Cooper, so I wish I could have done this when he was living here. Anywho, I got 1 minute left. I don't know that I did anything with the first 3 minutes. This has not been my best set at the anniversary, Mike, but I will say this. Right before like all the protests and stuff like started popping off. Actually, the day the protests started happening, there was a curfew instituted in Chicago. It was a big deal. The mayor of Chicago instituted a curfew. You couldn't leave your home after 9. She did that for about a week after the biggest protests. And I remember I wanted to be an anarchist. I wanted to be a revolutionary. I wanted to fight the curfew. So I decided to every single day of that week, I decided to leave my home after 9 and just stay out and see if I get caught by the cops. But the first day I did that, I made the mistake of leaving my house. And then 30 minutes later, I had to take a shit. And there's a very weird thing where you have to like weigh how much you want to be an activist versus how much you need a toilet. And Black Lives might matter, but my bowels did more that day. Thank you very much. Give it up for Mark Hornbeck.
Yeah, Tristan A. Smith.
Yes, Tristan. Yes, I like that. Bob, hey Bob, no one's wasting COVID on your death, man. Like you got like we're not gonna waste this on that. That's all. We got we got one more comic as I get COVID. Right now, there it is. Getting tested tomorrow. You guys can't get it from me over this. We got one more comic, then we're gonna start the Fast Minute Comedy. Please welcome to the stage our last comic of the anniversary night for a regular set, Alex Blodgett.
Yeah. All right, guys, good to be here. So for those you don't know, I have autism. Essentially what that means is it makes me socially awkward. My communication is equivalent to someone just leaving a like on Facebook on a traumatic event. A friend posted, my grandma died. Like, so many people not know this, but autism actually has an awareness month. It's called Autism Awareness Month. You've never actually heard of it because most people, like in February with bird feeding month, don't give a shit. Sad. It's like, yeah, we're aware of autism and how it impacts people, but we still don't care and we're still going to judge you. Well, I'm aware of what's going on in slaughterhouses, but I'll still fuck up a good burger. And then scatter the breadcrumbs to the birds in February. So I do have a girlfriend, which I'm sure is really concerning, first off, because I look like the combination of just a baby and a toddler. She's a lot older than me. She says I keep her young, but I think I've regressed her a little bit too much. The other night we checked the closet for monsters together. She really is fantastic, though. She supported me when I told her I wanted to be a famous stand-up comic. You know, it's part of the trade-off in a relationship. I keep her young, and she keeps me, well, delusional. Love is full of sacrifices, especially when you're dating a young buck comedian like me. She gets to feel 16 years younger while also sacrificing the possibility of an intelligent conversation. It's really sad, honestly. So we actually like to keep things fun in the bedroom as well. I asked her to start wearing a Nuva ring, not to prevent pregnancy. I just want to see what it's like to fuck a carnival game. If the ring comes on my dick, do I win a prize? She She didn't like the last carnival game we played, which was try to guess your weight. So I watch a lot of weird TV. Last night I binged an episode of House Hunters followed by a season of To Catch a Predator. When I finally went to bed, my brain just decided to blend the two together in my dreams. So now it was just a pedophile talking about granite countertops and bad backsplashes. Fuck that up. The realtor left the room and Chris Hansen came in like, "Hi, Chris Hansen, why don't you have a seat? Are you aware the house you're looking at is only 14 years old?" Pulls the text between them. "Oh, I love your early Etruscan interior." Come on, those were just words, not text. They didn't mean anything. It's not like I was going to show up to this open house. But I don't even know what I also want to do, so I'm just going to, I guess, give some time back to the fastest minute in comedy. Thank you so much.
Go. We're about to start the fast minute comedy, but we had a new player enter the game, and I want to make sure he's ready if you want to do a set. Josh, do you want to do a set? Like you walked in right at the end and you're totally good to go up. Where did he go? Josh, are you
Who, me?
Yeah, are you good? You want to do it? You want to do 4 minutes right now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, please welcome, guys. This is a tradition of about to get hyped and everybody going for the fast minute. Yeah, but
Is this the end of the thing?
You're the last comic, then we do the fastest minute in comedy, so then we do a quick speed round. But
all right.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Please welcome Josh D. Donato.
Yeah. Hey. Wow. I'm so excited to be on here. Let me just take stock for a second. I've been doing more of these Zoom comedy things, and I'm finding that like the difference between killing in a Zoom comedy show and bombing in a Zoom comedy show is almost indistinguishable. I have no idea how I'm doing. It's all miserable. Thank you for having me. We are, so we're up to 157,000 coronavirus deaths, or 52 9/11s. Or you could see it as 39,250 Benghazis, if that is how you measure your American deaths. There's this thing that like during the Bush administration, like certain Republicans, if you didn't agree with like some policy thing, they would say like, you're secretly on the side of the terrorists. And I think that Donald Trump is secretly on the side of the virus. Not even secretly. I think he's openly on the side of the virus. Yeah, there's this thing that like, there's something that I feel like should be funny but isn't, which is like all these people posting online that COVID is a hoax, and then a whole bunch of those people have ended up dying of COVID. And I'm like, that should be funny, but it isn't. The worst part of that is that those people then don't go online and say like, hey, I was totally wrong about that, right? There's no hashtag, oops, COVID is real, right? Because, you know, dead people don't post. Louis Gohmert, voting Texas Republican, Louis Gohmert does have COVID. That's for sure hilarious. Herman Cain, famous Black Republican guy who went to Donald Trump's rally in Tulsa, also just died from COVID. That's not funny. It's more of a fun fact. Just like little thing, just maybe don't go to a rally with thousands of people and no masks. Just a thought. The one kind of positive thing about like what's all the stuff that's going on right now is that Trump is tanking in the polls, you know, and like, which means that there's like millions of people in this country who were like willing to vote for Donald Trump a few months ago, and now they're not. And so there's all these people who are like on my team, sort of, but I'm kind of conflicted. You know, I'm just kind of like, okay, so you were cool with babies in cages. That you were fine with that, and like the Muslim ban and like fine people on both sides. You signed off on all of that, and it just took your cousin dying to make the racism not worth it. Okay, all right. Well, welcome to the team. Yeah, it's interesting to see Joe Biden painted as a threat, you know, by Donald Trump, that he's like an extreme left-wing whatever, which, you know, if you watch Joe Biden for 20 seconds, you know that he's not an extreme anything, you know. But he's also sleepy, which is like, you would think if he's sleepy, he wouldn't have the energy to turn this into a socialist country. That would take some energy, you know. I don't know. The reason that people can't see him as a threat is just so superficially obvious, is that he's not a scary black man. He's not a scary smart lady. He's just another old white guy. And it's just hard for people to see an old white guy as a threat, which is ironic because old white guys are the main threat, right? Take it from me. I'm an old white guy. Thank you for your time.
Yay!
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah.
Di Donato.
Thank you. It was good.
Yeah.
Good seeing and good. That happens a lot in real life. Someone walks into the room and goes, "Where's the list?" And I'm like, "There's no list. You're up now." You're literally
That's stimulation.
You're at the end of the list. You're up right now. No, Josh, it's like I remember meeting you. I know you're from out of town, and I know you've come to the mic once or twice, and I met you, and it's cool for you to come around for the anniversary too.
Yeah, I'm in LA.
Yeah, you're out. Yeah, I think when you're coming through town, you pass through. I think once or twice. Nice meeting you. Good seeing you again too.
Thank you.
We're gonna do the fastest minute, but this is a very special event. This is very appropriate for this 6-year anniversary that Bob Keane's girlfriend, Ariel Julie, wants to do a set. So we're gonna bring up Bob Keane's girlfriend, Ariel Julie.
Right. This is cool because like I was really against Zoom shows, but I just took a shower in the middle of the show, which is something I've always wanted to do during an open mic. And I finally got to. So yeah, I am Bob Keane's first Jewish girlfriend, and Bob Keane is Mein Kampf. So that's fun. I love introducing him to my friends, but like he's the kind of guy that I have to apologize for immediately, where I'm like, this is my boyfriend, I'm sorry, he's a rescue. He's like got a shady past that we don't know all the details, and he's like weirdly aggressive towards male men. We're not sure why. I know, it's he's all right. He snores really loud. It's like sleeping next to a broken garbage disposal with an average size penis, you know. I know you all suspected, so I just thought I would like to make it clear. So I'm Jewish, and I just renewed my lease for this apartment. So I've now officially lived in an attic more than twice as long as Anne Frank. So that's fun. I feel really bad for all the kids I went to temple with named Jeff Epstein. That's gotta suck. Like now, on top of all the things parents have to worry about, you gotta worry about naming your kid after a future pedophile. Like that's a lot of pressure. So growing up Jewish, I would get made fun of a little bit by my friends. They would make Holocaust jokes, and it would just really upset me. And I'd be like, you know, like if you want to talk about burning things so much, I'm gonna take one of your things and burn it. I'll take a one of your like a cross, like a big cross. Take a big wooden cross and burn that shit right in my front lawn so everybody sees. And it backfired. Now I'm dating a white trash Aryan dude. So that's sort of a bummer. Somebody accused me of being a Karen the other day, and I was like, I'm Jewish. I'd be a Sarah with an H, or like a Hannah, but it's pronounced Hannah. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys.
Hey,
praise
the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Lord, thank you, Ariel. Thank you. Yeah, Sorry, I gave you the clunky intro of being Bob King's girlfriend, but it was just to add context that you were the driver of whatever. That was a long drive. You guys were driving for like 30 minutes or
We were visiting his parents in Vernon Hills, where coincidentally we are both from.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
that makes more sense now. I get it. Weird drawing weird.
Could you explain it to me? Because I don't get it.
It's something in the water that caused some sort of defect in both of you that you guys can't. Only outsiders can see it, and every once in a while you get a glimpse, and then you go, "Is it?" And then you go, "Is it me or is it him?" No, I'm just joking.
It's us.
I don't think it's us.
We're gonna do this. It's the fastest minute time comedy, guys. This is it. This is the
Go.
time for it. Go. We're gonna do We're gonna kick it off with my co-founder and brother in arms, Mike Coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Hey.
Go.
All right, thanks everyone for having me. Great to be here again. You know, this has been quite a dream, this quarantine, this whole pandemic. I'm living it the best way possible. Been living with my in-laws since it all began. My wife and I, our house is under construction and began before the pandemic happened, but it's been delayed due to everything. So, you know, living with her two elderly parents, which is always fun. I feel like, you know, I'm kind of anxious about the pandemic to begin with, but it seems to get talked about a lot. And, you know, it's kind of like playing games with children sometimes. Like some days I just want to be like, let's play a game today. Let's see how long we could go without talking about the pandemic. And we usually get to about 9 a.m. before, you know, someone loses that game. When you're usually with your kids, like, let's see how long you go, who could go the longest about being quiet. But this is instead we're just talking about, like, now I want to talk about the quarantine. You know, it's gotten to the point where, you know, I've been going back to the house occasionally to do work, and there's really not much I could do inside because that's where all the workers are at. So our yard, which has been fenced in and not tended to, is just overrun with weeds and plants and wasps, which I really hate. But I've faced my greatest fear of going back there to dig up these plants and tend to it. And basically, you know, what I'm saying is, instead of being here, I'd rather go to the house and just dig holes and get dirty and muddy than to, you know. So
Yeah.
That's how I've been spending my days. And you know, thanks guys so much for having me again. I'm loving this. This has been great.
Great seeing you, Mike.
Go.
I'm a vegan. Did I mention that tonight? No, I'm not doing my job. Yeah, I don't eat any animal products. You know what I found out though? It is, if you ever thought about being vegan and think, oh, I wouldn't be able to eat, I'd lose all this weight. It's totally possible to be a chubby vegan. I just want you to know that right now. Like I always had a problem. With Oreo cookies was like one of my favorite snacks. There's no animal products in an Oreo cookie. There's nothing natural in them whatsoever. And I struggled eating too many Oreos before I knew I was helping my furry and fish friends by doing it. But once I found out that I was helping animals, I doubled up for the cause. And then, you know, the other night I used to, after a show or something, or after I do something, I always get a pack of Oreos, right? Last night after the open mic I did on Zoom, I got a pack of Oreos and I only ate 4 of them. And I was so proud of myself for showing restraint that as a reward, I ate the rest of the package. I don't know if I get a light for this.
Yeah, go. Where's Kevin?
Go. All right.
Kevin's muted everywhere. I don't see Kevin.
Good job, Laura.
Kevin, you got to
Thank
start
you.
your video.
Hey,
and
Laura.
We're going to Michael Cooper. Go.
Go.
Hey guys, look, someone has to explain to me why it is libertarians are always talking about like survival of the fittest and whatnot. Then I follow them home, bash them upside the head a few times and steal their Fitbit, and suddenly it's time for fairness and government intervention. Why is it when Jeff Bezos does it, it's the free hand, it's the invisible hand of the marketplace, and when I do it, I'm no longer welcome in Rand Paul's neighborhood, and it's advisable to seek legal counsel. You know, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, and I from the same hometown. That's I guess what I'm asking. Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Woo!
Go. DC Dub.
So Donald Trump getting reelected would be a nightmare come true. But I feel like it would be a little bit funny if he had the second inauguration and the band Trapped got looked over for performing. If you don't know who the band Trapped is, they do a song called Headstrong, and their entire Twitter looks like what your local news comment section looks like. Hoobastank's last tweet was on June 1st. Hashtag fuck racism, hashtag Black Lives Matter. And part of me thinks that they're doing Operation Make Sure People Realize We Are Not Trapped. Okay,
Thank you, Nathan. I think Marcel left, so we're gonna keep going, and I think we are on Doug.
Ondersky.
By God, these sets are quick. The fastest minute in comedy. These sets, they remind me of when I have sex. The fastest sex in Chicago. Yeah, that's it. That's all you got. Yeah, that's it for me. All right, real quick, I'm going to show Mark has seen this. You guys, can you see the 6 for the 6-year anniversary?
Whoa!
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Go. Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Douglas Ondersky. Our next comedian, holy crap, is Bob Keane. He's gonna do it.
Bob
Keane. The beast
Hey,
Bob
guys,
Keane.
just remember when you think things are going bad because you're doing Zoom comedy, that's wrong. Things are going bad because we have a president that wears a baseball cap with a fucking suit. Okay, that guy, that's not a thing you wear together. You don't get to be in charge of anything bigger than a sunglass hut. You wear a suit with a cap. After this whole thing's over, I'm booking the most inclusive, diverse, hilarious comedy show in Chicago, and we're calling it We Don't Book White Women. That's right. I'm booking a show. We're having everything. And I know there's some white women around here talking about if it's so inclusive, why don't you book white women? Do you know how many other things you can be than a white woman? You could be a left-handed Nigerian Jew. You could do that. Or a Polynesian pre-op transgendered hula dancer. And I want to know how they fucking, do you dance different as pre-op? Because when your balls are slapping against your thighs.
Thank you, Bob Keane. Come on down, Tristan.
Yeah, great cutoff.
That was woke comedian Bob Keane. Everybody. All right. I had a set. Now I got to address that. I've been COVID's been killing a lot of people that look like me lately. So because of that, I've been trying to exercise a lot, and I've been walking. Like that's how I've been getting my exercise. And I tried to walk about 100 miles a month. That's what I've been trying to do. And that sounds cool and all, but I realized that like exercising during a pandemic is like trying to study for a test while the teacher's already passing it out. Like I had my chance long before this. I could have been exercising the first 33 years of my life, but I'm going to try to nail fitness in the next 2 months. Thank you very much. That's my time.
Yeah,
I love Bob.
Woo! Loves Bob for some reason. Coming down, Alex Blodgett.
Blodgett.
So my house is infested with spiders. I saw Daddy Longlegs in there the other day. Daddy Longlegs sounds like the name of a retired NBA player who's also a pimp on the side. Sounds like the type to get all gassed up and say something like, "Yo, don't fuck with Daddy Longlegs." By the way, if you're picturing him as a black man, you're racist. That was Larry Bird. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Go.
Yeah, Emily.
Hi. So I was somebody texted me, what are you up to the other day? And I was like, I'm roasting duck. And autocorrect decided to change that to something else, right? So the guy was like, no thanks, I like girls. And I was like, what? And I look at it, it says, I'm roasting dick. So another time I was also making duck, right? And I'm writing on my Instagram story, like, I'm rubbing this duck, like seasoning it, and it goes rubbing dick. Once again, autocorrect, thank you, right? So, I'm just gonna go with the autocorrect jokes. Also, I just made these up. So, if somebody was just like talking to me, and he was like, so do you wanna Zoom tonight? It's supposed to be, do you want to Zoom tonight? But he was like, do you want Zoom? And so then he was like, autocorrect is killing my corny quarantine jokes. And I was like, sure, we can tonight. And he's like, you know you want to tonight.
Yeah, it's time for
Yo. You know what the best part of Bob Keene's set was? He was trying to say transgender, but it sounded like he was saying Transformers. I love that shit. Keep doing that. Please keep doing that. This microphone isn't plugged in. All right. This is it. This is the big thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of a lot of these. Like, yeah, if Bernie Sanders doesn't win, I'm gonna move to Canada. It's like, you promise? Like, please, like, get out of here. Like, tired of all this shit. All right. Tired of these. Like, I don't mind Bernie Sanders, the man. I just don't like any of his fans. He's the red hot chili peppers of politics. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck you.
I listen to them on Spotify, but I'm not going to see them live again and get in the face with white dude dreadlocks, turn my face me close to present day. I don't need that. I'm going to go host an open mic in my beard. Come see me, you guys. Love you, Mark Hornbeck. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys. Hey, thank you everybody for coming out, making the night very special. We couldn't be together in person, but it's still great to do this on Zoom. Be safe, everybody. Stopping the stream right now for everybody watching at home. Simulation complete.